Yes, I am aware. I do know. March Madness is indeed underway, but that does not mean that the rest of the sports world stops. We have some NBA basketball to cover. I'm not gonna lie. If more people cared about the NCAA tournament, best believe we would be watching and covering some NCAA tournament games, but instead, we're going to stick with our NBA coverage. I'm more knowledgeable of the NBA, and you guys seem to really care more about the NBA. At least my audience does. So, with that being said, we have a very good matchup here tonight. We have the Suns taking on the Spurs. We have a couple things to go over, so let's go ahead and break this thing down. That is correct. We are indeed back in business here tonight. We don't take days off, even on days where another huge sporting event is taking place, the March Madness tournament. And yes, I was watching March Madness all the way up to the game here tonight. Sons, Jen, Crandon, AP, Susan, Justice Dad, appreciate y'all. We are in store for what should be a very good game. The Suns taking on the Spurs. Obviously, we know Spurs, cream of the crop here in the NBA as a whole, and obviously up there in the Western Conference and at the second seed, right behind the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've beaten them 3 times this year. The Phoenix Suns sitting at that, 7th seed, right outside of actually getting a true blue playoff spot, and being able to avoid the play-in tournament all around. They've been sitting there for what feels like forever. Been sitting at that 7th seed for what feels like forever. A part of that has to do with a lot of injuries, unfortunately, for the Phoenix Suns here. So for a while, to start the season, Jalen Green was out majority of the start of the season, and then by the time he was finally ramping into play, Devin Booker started to deal with a couple of injuries, and so they were both kind of in and out of the rotation. And just when it felt like, okay, all the pieces are going to fall back into place, Booker back, Green back, Dylan the Villain Brooks ends up going out with an injury. And a pretty severe one, broken hand. He will not be back for the remainder of the regular season, and there is not great optimism. There's also not pessimism that he won't be able to return for a possible playoff run, should they even get out of the play-in tournament, because I don't think he'll be available for the play-in either. Although maybe the timetables kind of align in that area. They're hoping he could hopefully be back at some point in the first round. Should they get there, they are expected to get there. So it is a pretty rough situation for Phoenix, where it feels like, man, they have this really fun underdog type of team, and they just haven't been able to stay healthy. And so right now it's being carried by Devin Booker and Jalen Green, who are healthy, but the guy who kind of kept the ship right as the season went on, and Dylan Brooks, will not be a part of this team for the foreseeable season, right? For pretty much the remainder of the season. Jennifer, what's up, Jennifer? It's Bible, what's up, Bible? AB said Cade is not just hurt, he has a collapsed lung. He does have a collapsed lung. That is about approximately a 3 to 4-ish week type of situation. Niall Dimitri with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, Niall. Thank you for that. He said, hello, Chevy. Let's go, Knicks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Knicks are not in action here today. They have the rare 2 days off. So they will be in action tomorrow as they take on, I believe, the Brooklyn Nets. It should be a very simple, easy game for them tomorrow. But with that being said, let's start breaking down our game here tonight. Let's pull up both of their injury reports. They're pretty clean, obviously, outside of the obvious ones. Hayward Highsmith remains out. Grayson Allen is actually out here tonight, which is a big loss. Royce O'Neal is also out, which is another pretty big loss. Another wing defender, 3-and-D guy. Mark Williams has been out for a while. We know this. My guy, Sons Jen, with a very generous gifted membership. My goodness. Guys getting us off on the right foot. Appreciate you for that, Sons Jen. Thank you. Thank you. O Zahar, what's up, O Zahar? O to Austin, of course, what's up, O to Lano Motors. Appreciate you, Lano. AB said that that is serious. It could be serious. There are varying degrees of seriousness. There are people in NBA history who have gone out for an extended period of time with a collapsed lung. There are people who have missed 8 games with a collapsed lung. So I think Chris Haynes went on and gave an update that said that they don't expect Cade Cunningham back for the rest of the regular season, but he should be back for the playoffs, especially considering that when the regular season ends, there's a full week in between the end of the regular season and the start of the playoffs so that the play-in tournament can take place. So they very much expect Cade Cunningham to be back for game 1 of the playoffs. But I'm no doctor. I don't know for sure, and it's obviously going to be dependent on how he responds to treatment and how he, obviously recovers. But Suns Gen said, it's an apology in advance if this game turns into another blowout. And, it kind of is what it is. Here's the thing. And I didn't even write, it didn't even click, it didn't even dawn to me until today as I was sitting down to watch the NCAA tournament. The reason why we don't get very good NBA slates these past couple of days is because of the NCAA tournament. So the NBA knows when the NCAA tournament is going to be taking place, and so they kind of throw in a little bit of a soft schedule in there for teams as good teams are playing bad teams or bad teams are duking it out amongst each other. And they don't want to schedule any prime time television games or smack that in the middle, especially at the beginning of this tournament because, most eyeballs, especially basketball fans, will be tuned into the NCAA tournament. So I perfectly understand that. Jennifer said, Magic, Magic Hornets, good game so far. Yeah, I'm looking at the scoreboard now, looking at the game slates. And the Pistons, no Cade Cunningham, no problem against the Washington Wizards, 38-13. The Wizards have scored 13 first quarter points. My goodness, these tanking teams are a disaster. A disaster. This is coming off the Brooklyn Nets scoring how many points in the game? Like 60 or something like that. They had 24 first half points, so. AP said, of course, Detroit with that easy schedule. Lucky they got the Wizards tonight. They have to play the Wizards at some point, AP. It is what it is. AB said, I don't feel sorry for Detroit. These guys talked way too much for my liking. There's a difference between feeling bad for Detroit and feeling sympathy for Cade Cunningham's situation. But, the Magic and the Hornets playing a very good game. We know the Magic have been hot lately despite that disappointing game against Atlanta. Because, of course, their one and only disappointing game that they played would be against Atlanta, the game we covered. But they're in a close one against the Hornets here tonight. That was the other game that I thought about maybe doing, but because we did a Magic game so recently, I figured let's check out what the Suns are doing because they have been very competitive as of late. Susan said that's why those teams are not in the play-in tournament this season. Very true. Tomorrow they do play the Nets, right? The Knicks do play the Nets. Okay. That should be an easy one, right? Should be an easy one. Anyway. Let's go ahead, open up, and let's start our Phoenix discussion here. We're going to start with, obviously, the best player on the opposing team, the road team. We are down here in San Antonio here today, and that is, of course, led by Devin Booker, who is, as always, having a Devin Booker type of year. Another all-star year, probably an all-NBA bid on his plate, 26 a game, 4 boards, 6 assists. Kind of just does what he does every season, and sometimes we take notice, and sometimes we don't, unfortunately, for Devin Booker. Karina said Nuggets lost to the Grizzlies. I didn't even check the NBA slate last night, man. Didn't even check it. But Devin Booker, 0.8 steals, 0.3 blocks, 3.3 turnovers as kind of the main ball handler on this team. Although I will say, with the introduction of guys like Jalen Green, the rise of Colin Gillespie, obviously we'll get to all of these guys. It paid dividends to allow Devin Booker to play a little bit more off ball. Kind of like when they made that finals run with Chris Paul, Mikal Bridges, and DeAndre Ayton. Obviously, Devin Booker is best with the ball in his hands, but he also has the ability of playing off ball. And when you can combine those strengths of Devin Booker's game, you can get outings where he is kind of impossible to guard because he's got the mid-range game. Even though that three-point percentage is not there, you're not leaving him open from three-point range, I'll tell you that, right? It's so funny because you can look at this number and see 32.2% from three-point range. And if we didn't know basketball, if we didn't know Devin Booker, if we were new fans and we were just coming into it and we're like, not a very good three-point shooter, is he? Yet, he gets ran off the line as if this man is a 40% three-point shooter because of reputation. Because if you leave him open, he'll knock it down. Part of this being so low is that he doesn't really get open from three. He's not great at creating shots from three-point range. He's not the best off-the-dribble shooter. Therefore, he kind of maneuvers his way into the mid-range more often where he's much more efficient. 45.5% for a mostly perimeter-based guard is a pretty good percentage for him. 87% from the foul line shows that he's got a nice soft touch out of the perimeter on his jump shot. And 32% from three-point range, I believe, is also a career low in that regard. So we know Devin Booker can shoot the three, which is why teams guard him as if he can shoot the three, even though he's not really shooting the three well this season at all. Trapped in the 90s. What's up, Trapped in the 90s? Joseph, what's up, Joseph? Jennifer said, or Bible, if the Spurs lose, I'm going to blame you. Don't have your Texas shirt and hat on. I do not. I could throw the hat on real quick, but I do got a little bit of a Texas look with the red and the black. Little classic look. Wanted to keep it a little simple here today. No tie as well, no tie. Karina said, as a Wolves fan, I want that 4 seed. Give me the Rockets or Nuggets in the first round. Nuggets, yeah, they've been slipping. They've been slipping for sure. As far as the Rockets, man, you know, while the Nuggets may be slipping and sliding a little bit, that Rockets team seems like they're tumbling down the cliff. They're not slipping. They're fully tumbling down the hill over there in Houston, man. It doesn't look good. It does not look good. But Devin Booker, you know, this is, all right, we'll leave it at Devin Booker. Devin Booker is being Devin Booker. So, you know, he's doing his thing. I'm excited to watch him because every time it felt like we were tuning into Phoenix Suns games, Devin Booker was missing the game. So here tonight, we get to watch Devin Booker actually in action. I'm happy for it. Jalen Green is also in action, and nobody likes March basketball more than Jalen Green, let me tell you. This guy absolutely adores the Mickey Mouse March runs that some guys go on, right? Because he is prime suspect number 1. Well, he'll struggle throughout the season with his efficiency, but once March hits, boy, oh boy, does he become a 30-point per game scorer. AP said, I'll be at the Barclays tomorrow. I'll be having you on play-by-play in the ear. Appreciate you for that, AP. Have a good time over there in Barclays. I have yet to make my way to Barclays. I've talked about it for years, like, you know, they're cheaper tickets. Like, maybe we should go check out a game at Barclays. And I have yet to do it. I do want to go check out Barclays. I've never been there, right? Even for anything, for a concert, for anything. So I want to go check out the arena. Jalen Green, he loves March basketball, man. I mean, if we look at his season averages, obviously he missed majority of the season, now coming back from the hamstring injury, pretty severe hamstring injury. Suns Gen said, I'd love to see Ant and KD again. Ant versus KD again. I guess it would be fun. I'm just over the KD experience. I know Suns Gen wants to see Anthony Edwards rub it in the face of Kevin Durant anymore, or wants to see him rub it in the face of Kevin Durant for the foreseeable future, but I think anybody's going to do that to the Houston Rockets at this point. I don't know if you guys saw that video that was making the rounds on the internet and especially on NBA Twitter of the like perfect dichotomy between the juxtaposition of in that clutch game against the LA Lakers. On one side, you have Kevin Durant and the Rockets, everybody sitting on the bench, heads down, nobody talking or communicating. This is a clutch situation. This is like final seconds of the game. I don't remember if they were on offense or defense, either way. Nobody's talking, nobody's communicating. As they make their way to the bench for a timeout, and then everybody sits down, everybody heads down, no talking, no communicating. And then the camera pans over, or it cuts over to the Lakers side, and everybody there, led by LeBron, is standing there and they're communicating, okay, if this happens, this is what you're supposed to be doing. If that happens, I'll cover that. But if this happens, you got to get out there and do that, right? Constant communication, make sure everybody's on the same page, let's talk it out. And I saw somebody put out there, like, this is the perfect example of the difference between Kevin Durant and LeBron James, right? Of a once in a lifetime type of player and a really awesome generationally talented player, right? The difference between an all-time great and a really great player for his era, right? Kevin Durant probably doesn't have any championships if he never makes his way to the Golden State Warriors and joins Steph Curry's team, whereas LeBron James has consistently dragged his team to finals after finals after finals after finals. And it's just a perfect dichotomy, right? Because in clutch time situations, Steph Curry goes to the bench, he's pointing things out, he's talking to his teams. LeBron, clutch time situation, he's going to the bench, he's pointing things out to his team, right? And you could say that about any other all-time great in NBA history. Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, obviously Michael Jordan, even Shaq, even Barkley. You can go through all those guys. And then when Kevin Durant goes to the bench in those situations, he's just sitting there looking around. He's like, all right, make sure y'all just get me the ball and then get out of my way. If they bring a double team, I'm going to look at you and then blame it on you when I turn it over. And I think the book is just kind of out on Kevin Durant right now. And here I am on a Kevin Durant rant because of my guy's son's gen. He baited me into it. Creighton said, I remember KD on the inbound throws it away on that time. He threw it away on that timeout. I didn't even watch the game. I just saw the clip make the rounds. And, it's just a perfect representation of who Kevin Durant is throughout his career, man. Oof. But we're not watching Kevin Durant today, so thankfully we can keep it moving. Like I said, Jalen Green loves March basketball. Although on the season he is sub 40% from the field and 30% from three-point range. Again, his whole season was kind of derailed with the derailed. Geez, I can't speak today. It's kind of derailed with the hamstring injury, unfortunately for him. He's still kind of working his way back in the rhythm and everything. It sucks because it's also on a brand new team for the first time in his career. Obviously spent his first couple of seasons in Houston before coming over to Phoenix this season. So it's been a whirlwind of a season of adjustments for a guy like Jalen Green, and you could see it's kind of hurt a little bit of everything. He's never been a very efficient player. He's very inconsistent to begin with, and then, you throw all that extra stuff on top of it. Although here in March, he's getting very comfy, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Creighton said, I love KD, but yeah, agree. He also said that's his poor quality trait. He's not a leader. No, he's not. And I think we can kind of trail that all the way back, literally to his time even in Oklahoma City, where I think people were like, oh man, Russell Westbrook needs to, stop commandeering the offense and just get it to Kevin Durant. And it's like, no, Russ was actually the leader of that team, right? And so when we look back on it, maybe we were a little too harsh on Russ and not harsher on Kevin Durant. Right? Because when we look back at that team, obviously that team did not go as far as I think all of us thought they would. Made it to one finals. And that was it. And then got smoked in 5 games. But we're not talking about Kevin Durant. We can get to Dillon Brooks, and we can speak on Dillon Brooks and what an amazing season he had. I can point out to you his most recent stat before going out with a hand injury of 21 a game, 3.7 boards, 1.8 assists. He was carrying this team, offensively and defensively. His personality was all over this team. They were a rough and tumble, defensive, physically imposing team. Bray, what's up, Bray? Happy to see you, brother. And now without Dillon Brooks, they are not that as much. They still have a little bit of that identity, but, it's not just Dillon Brooks going down. It's Dillon Brooks, it's Mark Williams, it's now Royce O'Neal who's going to be out tonight, it's Grayson Allen who's going to be out tonight. All of those guys can kind of fit into that rough and tumble kind of team personality that Dillon Brooks was starting to establish here, or helping establish here, I should say. But without those guys, it's hard to lean into that identity, right? Because they kind of make up the identity, right? Even if everybody else is bought into it, they have to be the guys throwing the physicality out there and beating the leaders in that regard. Southern Jen said they keep showing Villain shooting the ball at practice. I did see he got the cast off. So he's out there, he can shoot it, he can dribble the ball, but he is not cleared for contact. So there is some hope that it can be back for the playoff run. Obviously, should the Phoenix Suns actually make the playoffs, they still have a play-in tournament to win. I feel pretty good about their ability to get out of the play-in tournament. The West play-in is a bit of a mess. But if they can, man, I wouldn't want to see this Phoenix Suns team in the first round. Whoever the San Antonio. This might be a first-round preview if Phoenix remains as the 7th seed and San Antonio will likely remain as the 2 seed. But this could be a playoff preview here tonight. We get to Mark Williams. Mark Williams is also out. He has had a very good season so far here. He's out with, I believe, a stress fracture in his foot, which is not good. As a matter of fact, let me double check that so I'm not misspeaking here. It is a stress reaction in his third metatarsal of his left foot. So his toes, right? His third toe in his foot. So that's not like the biggest thing in the world. Like a stress fracture in the foot versus a stress fracture in the toe is a bit different. But it is still a troubling injury for a 7'2" man or 7 foot, however big Mark Williams is, over 7-footer who is, dealt with multiple injuries throughout his career. That's never a really good sign that he's out with a foot injury. He'll be reevaluated in 2 to 3 weeks, and that was announced on March 5th. So there is some hope that he could come back either before the end of the regular season or at worst, hopefully he can be back for the playoff run. But reevaluated does not mean back, but reevaluated could also mean maybe one more week of rehabbing before he can get back on the court. So we'll see the rehab and development process of Mark Williams. But I think I'm more confident in Dillon Brooks being back with this team this season than I am about Mark Williams, which is unfortunate because he was having a phenomenal season here with the Phoenix Suns, kind of locking down that center spot. But I will say it will give us an opportunity to watch the rookie Kaman Maluak with all of the injuries that the Phoenix Suns are dealing with, especially to their forwards with Dillon Brooks, Royce O'Neal, and Mark Williams all being out here today. Another guy who's also out, unfortunately, is Grayson Allen, who's a huge part of this team. 17 points per game, although he was not shooting it well from the field, kind of at all. I'll round up for him. 41% from the field, 35% from three-point range is not good, especially for a guy who's the caliber of shooter that Grayson Allen is. Part of the reason he wasn't shooting it well is he kind of just became the de facto one of the top 3 options offensively, which is not really a role Grayson Allen should be playing. So you can see he was putting up the points, he was getting assists, he was playmaking a little bit off the bounce, but he wasn't being efficient with his shooting at all. He's more of a catch-and-shoot guy, also attack a little bit off the dribble, attacking closeouts, but not necessarily a strength of his game and not something you want him consistently going to as the game goes on, right? You want him standing in the corner and on the wing, spacing out the 3, and then attacking a closeout. So, unfortunately, he will not be playing regardless, so that's not something the San Antonio Spurs will have to deal with. And against this defense, man, you want your shooters out there. Nick Richards is no longer on this team. I don't know why he's still here. My bad. Crandon said, I think the Lakers could have had Williams instead of Ayton. They could have. As a matter of fact, they were supposed to. They made the deal. Charlotte agreed to the deal. And then the Lakers balked at it and rescinded the deal after it was already agreed upon and reported because of the injury report that was eventually sent, his physical that was eventually sent over to the LA Lakers. And they decided, oh no, he's had too many injuries throughout his career. Let's cut this deal short and cite the injury report as a reason why. There are a lot of conspiracy theories as to how the whole situation kind of went down because everybody knows that Mark Williams has dealt with injuries throughout his career. So it's not a shocking thing to suddenly learn about it through a physical report. They knew the situation with DeAndre Ayton. It wasn't a secret. I think what they really wanted to do was, because Luka had not signed that extension yet, was show Luka Doncic, no, we're in it, Luka. We'll go out, we'll trade our assets to go out and get you that center you need. And then Luka was like, oh, I see that they're making the effort. Okay, let me sign the deal here, like as if that was ever really in question. Maybe it was, who knows? But I think them doing that and then balking on it was purposely done because they knew they could do that because everybody knows the Mark Williams situation, so that they could kind of convince Luka Doncic of like, no, we're doing all we could, Luka, but that just wasn't a good deal. We ran out of time. The trade deadline's over. We'll get him this offseason, though, Luka. Make sure you sign that extension. Make sure you stay here. We just gave up Anthony Davis for you. So let's go ahead and sign that deal, Luka. We're trying here. So I think it was a little bit of we're going to make this deal, report it. It'll be a big, time deal. We just traded for Luka. Now we trade for Mark Williams. Just so they can balk on it at the last second and then kind of recuperate and figure out a different avenue this offseason. I don't think they were ever really interested in Mark Williams that much because if they were, they would have just held on to him because, again, it was not a secret with his injury history. Wasn't a secret. Royce O'Neal is also out today for the Phoenix Suns. Unfortunately, he's a really valuable piece in terms of his 3-and-D ability, the defense, his ability to shoot the deep ball, help spread the court out. He's a rough and tumble guy. He leans into the identity that the team has had, whatever the case may be, with the Phoenix Suns. And without him, they just don't really have a ton of options defensively. They have other wings they can go to, but not proven defensive wings like Royce O'Neal is. So it's going to be it was always going to be an uphill battle against Victor Wembanyama, but even more so without Dillon Brooks, Mark Williams, and Royce O'Neal. All 3 of which I think would have gotten pretty significant minutes trying to stay in front and make Wemby or push Wemby around with their physicality. Because obviously Royce O'Neal can't match up with him size-wise, neither can Dillon Brooks. Mark Williams, a little bit. He's closer at least. We know Wemby's an alien with his height and his length. But without those 3 guys to kind of move around and muscle up against Wemby, expect a big game from Victor Wembanyama. But we'll get to the Spurs in a second here. Joseph, what's up, Joseph? We get to Colin Gillespie, who's been an absolute revelation this season for the Phoenix Suns. 13.1 points, 4.2 boards, 5 assists for Colin Gillespie this season. 42.5% from the field, 41.6% from three-point range. This is the biggest number for him this season. He has become a true blue, capable shooter in the NBA. He's also learning to be a more efficient point guard. 4.8 assists to 1.6 turnovers. I think the biggest deficiency in his game is his ball handling ability, his ability to get into the lane and make plays in that regard. But overall, Colin Gillespie is kind of solidifying that and strengthening that point guard spot, because without him, they don't have a point guard. Point blank period. They don't have one, right? Devin Booker, since the departure of Chris Paul, Devin Booker has kind of slid into that combo guard, playing pretty much point guard for this team, which is not really the role you want your score first shooting guard to play. And so having Gillespie out there, while he's not the greatest option at point guard, he's been absolutely fantastic and very much needed for this team. He just gives them another option, a ball handler, a guy who can set up a team, who knows how to set up a team at least, who's still improving at, he's 26 years old, but still improving. I believe his, second year in the NBA, third year in the NBA, something like that? No, second year in the NBA. He's not a rookie, right? Second year in the NBA, I believe, for Colin Gillespie. Improving himself this year to the point where he's become, the starter for this team, and I think rightfully so. It allows everybody to move down that rotation order and get Devin Booker back in a more natural off-ball kind of spot where he can still obviously run the offense because he's the best player. The offense will run through Devin Booker, but also have a guard to bring the ball down and kind of set everything up, and then let's go play through Devin Booker, where he doesn't have to do everything Booker. He can just focus on doing the things he does well. Ben, what's up, Ben? What's up, Ben? How am I doing? I'm doing good, brother. How you doing? Justice's dad said Cade Cunningham has a collapse lung. Unreal. Yeah, a couple of cases of it throughout the NBA's history. I think I was reading there's only been 12 or 14 cases of it throughout the history of the NBA. Funnily enough, CJ McCollum has 2 of them. In 2021 and 2023, I believe. So it is a, serious medical situation that obviously professionals need to take a look at, but he'll be all right. It is not a long recovery period. Again, it could, differ depending on who has, how severe the injury is. It's not really an injury, how severe the situation is. But, I'm no doctor. I've just heard what other doctors had to say about it. It depends. I believe Chris Haynes went on TV and kind of reported that they don't really expect Cade Cunningham back for the remainder of the regular season, which unfortunately for him as well, obviously this is down on the totem pole of important things to talk about with Cade Cunningham's collapsed lung, is that if he doesn't play another game in the regular season, he needs 5 more games to play so he could be eligible for postseason awards. So he won't be on any MVP ballots. He won't be able to make any of the All-NBA teams. It is actually a really messed up situation, and this should be the final year of that 65 minimum game rule being active. Just do away with it. You tried it. It does not work. It does not make players play more games, which is the reason why they started that. It does not work. All it does is that eliminates people who definitely should be on those ballots can no longer be on those ballots because Cade Cunningham misses the final 2 weeks of the season, and now the entirety of the season that he played. The other 60 games that he played this season where he was absolutely incredible and absolutely one of the 5 best players in the NBA, now all of that gets washed away because he won't be able to be available for any of the postseason awards. Not all NBA teams, not any of the MVP ballots, none of it. None of it. And it's really unfortunate for, obviously him, but really unfortunate for the, totality of the NBA of just not being able to track the league's history properly, right? Because 10 years from now, when we look back on the 2025-2026 season, we're going to go, Cade Cunningham's name won't be on any of these teams. And we'll look back and we go, oh, yeah, Cade, I guess he really didn't start his rise until later in his career. It's no, it started last year, obviously, where he made 3rd-team All-NBA. And it continued into this year where he was probably going to hit a first-team All-NBA. Probably was. Just Dad said 62 could be the amount missed. 20 games is a lot, though. I'd just get rid of the rule. If we are trying to find the right number, there never is going to be the right number, right? Because here's the thing. If you lower it to 62 games, just as Dad, Cade Cunningham's played 60. So he's still, because he missed the final 2 weeks of the season, he's still going to be ineligible for all the awards. It just doesn't really make sense. Because here's the thing. The voters already took into account missed games when they voted for these awards. Obviously, everybody had their own justification and how heavily they weighed the missed games thing. But it was already something that was being done. They tried something to get people to stop load managing to the degree that they were. It did not work, right? Maybe it's worked a tiny bit, but the pros and the cons are way skewed towards the cons, man. It has been far more of a negative thing than a positive thing. Benzino, what's up, Benzino? Wonderful shirt, appreciate you. Said I wore purple too. I guess it does look purple on camera. I guess it kind of is a little magenta-ish. It's a little purplish. It's a little magenta. When in certain light, it's more red. I guess on camera, and I guess with the lights that I have set up now, it comes off a little magenta-ish. I see that. I did not expect purple. To me, it's more red in person, but on camera, it comes off magenta. You're right. Looking at it through the lens here that I can see on that screen over there. Looking at it down here, it is. I didn't see that coming. All right, we're not going to get through the rest of the pregame. So we only have about 3-4 minutes before we get the tip-off here. Also, Iguodala is a really solid backup big who is now in the starting lineup. Is he in the starting lineup? I believe he's in the starting lineup for the Phoenix Suns. He was their backup big, no Mark Williams. I believe he's going to be in the starting lineup. 6'11". He's way too small for Wemby. Wemby should dominate here today, but we'll see what kind of defensive scheme and game plan the Phoenix Suns come out with. He's your classic rim-running big. He's more of a backup big kind of situation, so it's going to be a really rough night for Iguodala, I believe. But maybe his versatility can really shock Wemby if the Spurs aren't really looking to take him seriously. Ryan Dunn, I really like Ryan Dunn coming out of his draft class. He's solid. He's a more defensive-minded wing, 33% from three-point range. Not the worst thing in the world. He's trying to build his way towards respectability, 22 years old. Still has a lot of improving left to do. 5.7 points, 4.1 rebounds. He's kind of just an energy guy off the bench at this point, and whatever he provides you offensively is just a little bit of icing on the cake for him. Real quick, the San Antonio Spurs, what do you want me to say about Big Vic? MVP candidate is Wemby. Just pray he settles for jump shots and he misses them. That's all you could really do. Joseph, appreciate you, brother. He said, I'll be back in a bit. I'm going to shower and play my video games for a bit. Do your thing, brother. Do your thing. De'Aaron Fox, I think has done a really good job. He could be better, but I think he's done a really good job of balancing being the point guard of the team and being a go-to scorer on the team. That's a really hard thing to balance, especially when you're the true blue point guard of the team. And also trying to mentor guys like Dylan Harper and Steph Castle and empowering them. No, you be the ball handler, you be the point guard, you run the offense, and I'll play the two-guard position. And I think he's done a really good job of balancing those two things. It's not easy. Sometimes when watching De'Aaron Fox and the Spurs play, I feel like, no, I want you to be more aggressive in this situation, De'Aaron Fox. But I definitely see how it can be hard to kind of parse out when to be super aggressive, when to allow the other guys to do their thing. We're getting ready for tip-off here, but we're going to get to as many guys as we can. Steph Castle, who's having a fantastic season in his second season, his sophomore year, 21 years old, 16.5 points, 5 boards, 7.1 assists. He's been utterly fantastic. The turnovers have dipped down. It was over 4 earlier in the season, and slowly as the season gone on, obviously with the reintroduction of De'Aaron Fox, who missed the beginning of the season, Goodwin, Green, Iguodala, Booker, and Gillespie are in the starting lineup. Iguodala is the starting center. Castle, since the reintroduction of De'Aaron Fox into the starting lineup, Castle's turnovers have dipped from over 4, it was like 4.3 to start the year, to dipping down to 3.1, which is phenomenal. Next year, the goal should be under 3 turnovers, 3 or under. He's already at 3.1. Goal next year to me is build on the efficiency, build on the shooting, obviously, but get those turnover numbers down below 3. That is, to me, number 1 goal of development for Steph Castle. Take care of that basketball. Devin Vassell's their sharp shooting wing out there, 4.3 points, 3.9 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 39%, 38.5% from three-point range. When he has it going, feels like the Spurs are almost impossible to beat. So do a good job of running him off the line, forcing him the mid-range shots or trying to finish at the rim. He's not a bad defender either. And again, I'm going to rush through these just to get to the tip-off. We're getting to it right now. I think the last guy we're going to go over real quick is Dylan Harper, rookie off the bench. He's having a fantastic season for a rookie, widely forgotten because he is coming off the bench even though he was the number 2 overall pick. But the sky's the limit for him. Harrison Barnes, veteran coming off the bench. He was lighting the Nets on fire to start the year. Not so much now, so much so that Julian Champagnie has replaced him in that starting lineup. Here we go. Let's just get to it. And the Spurs win the tip, and we are off and running. Let's get to our game cast. Where are we at? There we go. All right, Wemby gets it over to Barnes in that starting lineup now. Gets it over to Fox. Fox on the right wing, attacking to his right. Gets caught in the air, kicks out to Champagnie. Left corner, pump fakes. Kicks it up top to Barnes. Extra pass to Vassell. Catches, pump fake. Driving to his left down the lane. Kicks it out Champagnie. Open left corner 3. Comes up short. Rebound to Green. No Steph Castle, by the way. Steph Castle is out here tonight. As you can see, the starting lineups right here. Barnes fills in for Castle in that starting lineup. Gillespie gets it over to Iguodala. Back to Gillespie. Left corner 3. In and out. Can't get it to stay. Wembanyama the rebound. Champagnie gets it over to Fox, and Fox will bring it down. De'Aaron Fox up top. Mid-range pull-up jumper over Green. Got it to go for De'Aaron Fox. Colin Gillespie bringing it down. Up top being guarded by De'Aaron Fox. Gets it over to Iguodala. Iguodala over to Goodwin. I like Goodwin. Goodwin, the good. You know, he definitely replaces that physicality that Dylan Brooks provides. Gillespie gets another open look from 3. This time he rattles it in for the first basket for the Phoenix Suns. I gave that previous Spurs basket to the Suns there, so it's 3-2. Barnes gets it up top to Fox. Fox coming to his left. Has it in the mid-range, picks up his dribble, kicks it out to Barnes, right wing, pump fakes, driving down in the lane, stops, puts up the floater off glass, got it to go for Harrison Barnes. Here comes Iguodala bringing it down. Iguodala on the left wing, being guarded by Wembanyama. Hands it off to Booker, coming to his right in the mid-range, stops, kicks it out to Goodwin. Goodwin hands it off to Booker. Booker stops and pops over Barnes, can't get it to go, battle for the rebound. Wembanyama with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Wemby on the left wing. Gets it over to Champagnie. Gets it over to Fox. Fox coming to his left, spinning back to his right. Kicks it up top to Wemby. Wemby being guarded by Iguodala. Lobs it over the top to Fox. Fox spins. Kicks it out to Barnes. Extra pass to Champagnie. Ran up the line by Booker. Excellent defense from Booker to stay in front of him. Over to Barnes. Bullet pass down low to Wemby, who lays it up and in. What a cut from Wembanyama, and what a pass from Barnes. You saw it coming all the way. It's 6-3 now. 9:40 to go in this first quarter. And Goodwin has it up top, being guarded by Champagnie. Goodwin gets it over to Booker. Booker being chased by Vassell. Booker up top. Gets it over to Iguodala. Iguodala fakes the handoff, keeps it, coming to his left, sprays it out. Gillespie catches, pump fake, gets ran into by De'Aaron Fox. Foul on the floor. Susan said, Castle and Cassell look so much alike to me. Who's Cassell? Vassell? Yeah, they have the similar hairstyle. The half up, the half down. Jalen Green has it, pulls it back out, being guarded by Champagnie, crosses over to his left. Steps back, mid-range fall-away jumper for Jalen Green as he gets it to go. Jalen Green loves this March basketball, man. Mindset John, what's up, Mindset John? I heard of Cade's health. Hopefully he gets better soon. Hopefully. I do expect him back for the playoff run, which is promising, which is good. He'll likely miss the remainder of the regular season, unfortunately, and be left out of the award season. Vassell up top, spinning to his left, being guarded by Gillespie. Great defense from Gillespie, but Vassell, better offense, just knocks down the mid-range shot over him. As he falls away, knocks it down. 8-5, 1:40 to go. Iguodala hands it off to Booker. Booker coming to his left, pocket pass down low to Iguodala, who wanted a foul call. Vassell got real handsy with Iguodala, couldn't collect the pass, and it goes out of bounds. Spurs will bring it down the other way. De'Aaron Fox bringing it down the other way, being guarded by Gillespie. Stops in the paint, fall-away jumper in the paint. Got it to go for De'Aaron Fox. Too easy. Too easy. You get caught trying to pressure him in the backcourt and he beats you. You're just going to have to switch the matchup and bring somebody else over. Because once he gets 2 feet in the paint like that, tough to deal with. Gillespie has it up top, being guarded by Fox. Gillespie coming to his left off the Iguodala screen. Hits Iguodala, cutting to the rim. Off the pick and roll, and he lays it up and in over Wemby. Wemby not really given too much of a challenge at the rim there. Iguodala had a step ahead of him. Wemby hits Barnes coming back door, kicks it out. Champagnie wide open left corner 3, and he splashes it. Spurs are getting high quality looks right now. We'll see if the Suns are going to be able to match him. Green in the mid-range, kicks it over. Iguodala a floater. Iguodala doesn't get the friendly bounce off the front of the rim. Wemby with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Struggles with the handle, so he leaves it off for Fox. Fox back to Wemby, rolling to the rim, down the lane, kicks it out to Barnes. Barnes right corner, three, can't get it to go. Here comes Green off the rebound, pushing it the other way. Only a 6-point game here early in the first. Green coming to his right, off the Iguodala screen, pulls it back. Has it on the right wing, dancing with it. Gets it over to Iguodala. Iguodala hits Green, coming back door, pulls it out because Wemby is standing in the paint. Green, a fall-away baseline jumper, got it to go. This guy loves his March basketball, man. It's a shame we never got to see Jalen Green participate in March Madness. It's a shame. Fox has it up top, gets it over to Barnes. Barnes keeps it up top, being guarded by Jordan Goodwin. Gets it down low to Wemby. Wemby in the paint all by himself, and he throws it down with two hands. And our first time out of the game goes to the Phoenix Suns. Just under 7 minutes to go here. Bruce Fowler, what's up, Bruce? It is 15-9, still a 6-point game. Just under 7 to go, 6:57 exactly. And I got to tell you, this doesn't have a great feel to it for the Phoenix Suns here tonight. Not a great feel. Jay Hammer, what's up, Jay Hammer? I do have the tournament games up over here. North Carolina over VCU. Guess we can keep this up over here too. Howard and Michigan. Howard hanging in there. It's only a 7-point game at the end of the first. Going into halftime there. Texas, BYU, almost, not really. We still have a couple of games left to tip off. It's only 8-17. Texas A&M, St. Mary's tipping off there. They're getting close to halftime. And then we have a couple of games tipping off later in the night. 5 more games tipping off. If you guys didn't see, Duke had a close scare against Siena there. Siena was up 10 majority of the game before Duke finally crawled back into it, took the lead, and never looked back. But only a 6-point win for Duke does not bode well for the future of their tournament run here. You have Michigan State, North Dakota State, 92-67, a blowout. I mean, most of this came out chalk so far on night one of the tournament here. Nebraska beat Troy. There's really only one upset. You can see it down there, but Arkansas beat Hawaii to be expected. High Point took down Wisconsin. The 12-5 matchup tends to be the upset matchup all the time, and High Point took down Wisconsin. It was a very exciting game. I watched that one. Vanderbilt took down McNeese. That was a 12-5 that went chalk, 78-68. Louisville took down South Florida, and it was a very close, scary game for Louisville. TCU beat Ohio State. It's a 9/8, but that's not really an upset. Those are, that's like a 4-5 matchup in the NBA playoffs. So, Judge, that's at Siena from Latham, New York. But you got Idaho, Houston, that's a 2-5. Houston should dominate, obviously. Gonzaga, Kennesaw State. Never really loved Gonzaga in the tournament. We'll see how they play this one out. The 9-8 is St. Louis, Georgia. Interesting. You got Penn taking on Illinois. Illinois should dominate, but again, don't love Illinois' history in the tournament. And then we have a couple of games tipping off already. As we talked about, we'll keep an eye on these. 4-point game, actually. Only a 4-point game going into halftime. Michigan over Howard. Maybe another scare for the 1 seed. We'll see. But here we go. We're back into our game here. And Booker, who has yet to take a shot so far tonight. Booker, you're going to have to start getting aggressive, brother. They get over to Green. Green up top being guarded by Dylan Harper, the rookie. Coming to his left off the screen. Pump fakes. Picks up his handle. Gets it over to Booker. Shot clock winding down. Got to make something out of nothing. Coming to his right off the screen. Sees two defenders. Tries to lob it down low. Wembanyama came over. Knocked the ball loose and picks up the steal. Here comes Vassell. Vassell off the turnover. Gets it back up top. Coming to his left off the Champagne screen. Pulls it out. Come on, Maluwak is in the game. Shout out Maluwak. I like them coming out of his draft class. Happy to actually get the opportunity to see him play here today. Jalen Green skies for the rebound off the missed three from Keldon Johnson. Green crosses over to his left down the lane, reverse layup. Got it to go for Jalen Green. It's a shame we never got to see Jalen Green in the tournament, man, because clearly this guy loves March basketball. For whatever reason, he loves it. This is the third year in a row that once March 1st rolls over, this guy takes over. He's been phenomenal. Who is this? Keldon Johnson in the left corner. Kicks it up top to Wembanyama. Shot clock winding down. He's got the rookie Malawak on him. He's going to isolate. Crosses over to his left. One-legged three. Can't get it to go, but that's because he is fouled by Malawak. He's going to go to the foul line for 3 free throws. Get your hands out of there. Come on, Malawak. Got your hands caught in the cookie jar, big dog. Get your hands out of there. Susan said, let's keep the positivity alive for St. John Red Storm. Yeah, so no St. John's game today. They will be playing tomorrow. Let's see when. St. John's plays their nighttime game, 7:10. 7:10. St. John's versus Northern Iowa. I think he only gets 2 free throws. They showed the replay there. Wemby did knock down the first free throw. Showed the replay there, and he was had the toe on the line. So Wemby hit the first one. He's got one more coming. And he does go 2 for 2 from the foul line. Booker leaves it off of Green. Jalen Green has been the go-to offensive guy in this first quarter. Green crossing over to his left, down the lane, leans in, throws up the floater, can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Harper and the Spurs, or Carter Bryant. Knocked out of bounds by Bryant and the Spurs, and ball will remain here with Phoenix. Also, ESPN, if you couldn't, I'd appreciate that. There we go. Devin Booker, baseline pull-up jumper, got it to go. His first basket of the night. Finally, Devin Booker takes a shot. His first shot attempt of the night, too. So Harper has it up top, being guarded by Booker. Coming to his right off a double screen. Harper in the corner to Bryant. Pump fake and ran off the line. Gets it over to Johnson. Johnson attacking Booker down the lane. Leans in. Scoop lay with the right hand. Got it to go for Keldon Johnson. Past Booker and Kaman Malawak, who came over for a shot block and test. Didn't get it, obviously, as Keldon Johnson laid it up and in. Green dancing with it on the right wing. Gets it over to Ryan Dunn. Dunn in the right corner. Pulls it back up top. Gets it over to Green. Swings it over to Jordan Goodwin. Goodwin swings through to his right. Pulls it back. Dancing with the ball against Harper. Good defense from Harper. Jordan Goodwin's going to have to isolate with the shot clock winding down. Coming to his left. Stops. Step back. Long pull-up 2 with his toe on the line. Can't get it to go down. Loose ball rebound. Gets it over to Ryan Dunn, and he knocks down the floater in the lane. Luke Cornett is in for Victor Wembanyama, by the way. And it's a 4-point game, 19-15. Phoenix doing a good job of hanging in there despite the multitude of injuries that they are dealing with here tonight. Vassell fires a straightaway 3 off some movement. Can't get it to go. Long rebound finds its way out to Harper. They swing it over to Bryant. Back to Harper. Harper up top, being guarded by Dunn. Jab step straightaway 3 off the back rim. Rebound to Kaman Malawak, and they get it over to Goodwin. Jordan Goodwin gets it over to Booker. Booker has it on the left wing. Coming to his right off of Malawak's screen. Gets to the foul line. Leans in. Steps back. Fall away. Mid-range shot again. Can't get that one to go as he hit the floor. Home run pass over to Harper, who leaves it off for Vassell. Vassell goes up for the two-handed slam as Devin Booker hit the floor in the mid-range fall-away jumper and it allowed the Spurs to leak out and get out and running. And Green will bring it down the other way. Bad floor balance for the Suns on that possession. Green hands it off to Booker. Booker on the right wing, being guarded by Vassell. Gets it over to Malawak. Malawak hands it off to Green. Green off the handoff of 3. He's got space and he knocks it down. Jalen Green. My goodness, so far here tonight. It's a 3-point game. 21-18. I'm very impressed with what we're watching with the Phoenix Suns so far here tonight. Harper has it up top, being guarded by Booker. They go over to Cornett, back to Harper. Harper coming to his right down the lane. Kicks it up top to Keldon Johnson. He puts up the 3 over Green. Can't get it to go. Malawak snatches a rebound. And they get it out to Dunn. Hit ahead to Booker. Booker bringing it down left side of the court. 3:20 to go. Booker crosses over up top to Dunn. Dunn gets it back to Booker, being guarded by Vassell. Booker now has Harper, the rookie, switched on to him. So he pulls it out. He's going to run the pick and roll with Malawak. Coming to his left off the screen. Driving down. Step back. Spins. Kicks it out to Goodwin. Pump fakes. Coming to his left. He's got no space, but he's going to try and bully his way to the basket. Stops, turns, spins, and pivots. Fall away baseline jumper at the shot clock. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Carter Bryant, who's bringing it down the other way. Gets it over to Harper along the baseline. Can't get the layup to go, but nobody snags the rebound as Harper smokes another layup, and then Jordan Goodwin comes in and cleans it up with a rebound. And the Suns walk away a little lucky there. Goodwin has it up top, gets it out to Booker. Booker coming to his left off the Goodwin screen. Booker looking to attack. Down the lane, leans in. Ball knocked out of his hands by Carter Bryant. It's going to remain here with the Suns, though. We're going to get a timeout. We are going to get a timeout. 2:30 to go here in this first quarter. We'll let our timer tick down so we can catch up properly. 2:37 exactly. Only 2 points for Devin Booker, who's 1 for 4 from the field now. With no Wembanyama out there, he's trying to be a little bit more aggressive, but struggling a bit. ALG Production, what's up, production? I know nobody. No Knicks. This is your opportunity to get to learn then, brother. Jay Hammer said, however, I am happy about the absence of Dylan Brooks because most normal, peaceful people. I mean, Brooks, good basketball player. Makes games fun and entertaining. We went around the college landscape. Let's go around the NBA landscape here. That's not what we wanted. So we know who's playing. We know who's out. We can get rid of this. Let's go around the NBA. See what matchups are taking place here. Magic Hornets, like we talked about, and the Hornets have blown it open. Second quarter rolls around. They're now in halftime. They scored 38 points in that second quarter. Man, this team can be explosive. 38 in the second, 34 in the first, and the Orlando Magic just can't keep up offensively. It was 34-32 at the end of one, and they just could not keep up as the Hornets are running away with it, up by 19 points at halftime now. Hoobien, what's up, Hoobien? What happened to Wemby? Nothing happened to Wemby. He just subbed out at a normal time. You have Pistons Wizards, 60-52. After a monstrous first quarter from the Pistons, the Wizards have battled back. They had a 21-point lead. 21-point lead after the first quarter, and then they gave up 38 second quarter points to the Washington Wizards. Detroit, no Cade Cunningham, 8-point lead at halftime against the Wizards after being up by 21. Not a great sight for the Pistons. Could get a double whammy of some bad news here. The Lakers are taking on the Miami Heat here tonight. That is a 22-27 point game. LG Production said, go Wizards. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bruce Powell said, life without Cade. Yeah. I will say, look, you went up by 21 points at the end of the first quarter. I was feeling like, hey, they'll be fine. I mean, it's the Wizards. They'll be fine. And then you give up 38 points in the second quarter. What are you doing out there, Detroit? What are you doing? Miami versus LA is interesting because both teams have been playing exceptionally well as of late. The Lakers are 44-25. They are winners of their last. We can look it up real quick right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. They're on a 7-game winning streak taking on Miami here tonight. And Miami is up by 6. So, pretty good game. And then you have Cleveland taking on Chicago. That's early in that one. We'll keep an eye on all these games as it continues to go on. And I never stopped my timer, but as we get back into it, who is that? Ryan Dunn knocking down a 3 right there for Ryan Dunn. Straight away 3. We're tied at 21. Look at the Suns go. Fox gets it over to Cornette. Cornette up top. Hands it off to Harper. Harper pulls it back out. Crossing over to his left off the Cornette screen. And gets the foul on Colin Gillespie. And they say foul on the floor. No shot attempt. So side out of bounds for the San Antonio Spurs. Here's neither team is in the bonus. Foongpei. What's up, Foongpei? Sadly, my connection to East Coast is sometimes unstable. That sucks, Foongpei. But I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you hanging out in here when you can. They get over to Cornette. Cornette up top being guarded by Iguodala. Iguodala back in the game. They get over to Harper. Harper dancing with it, coming to his left off the screen, leans in, puts up the foul line jumper, can't get it to go, battle for the rebound. Rebound goes to Jamari Bouye. Our guy, Jamari Bouye, is in the game. Under 2 minutes to go, Bouye gets it over to Iguodala. Iguodala gets it over to Bouye. Bouye coming to his right, dancing around the screen, now coming to his left, step back, mid-range jumper for Bouye, knock me down, comes up short. Rebound over to Keldon Johnson. Johnson hit ahead past the Fox. Fox beating them down the court, turning on the jet, stops, turns, spins, leans in, scoop blade with the right hand, can't get it to go. That's good defense from Ryan Dunn to contest him at the rim there. Here comes Gillespie pushing the other way. Gillespie has it up top, coming to his left off a double screen. Gets open from 3. He's going to fire it up there, throws up an air ball. And Kaman Malawak tried to save it, but he was out of bounds when he grabbed it. Interesting they're running a double big lineup here with Iguodala, and that's not Malawak, that's Rasheer Fleming. My bad. Rasheer Fleming's huge. My goodness, he looks huge out there. I just thought he was a 7-foot center. Fleming's is huge. Keldon Johnson just bullies him out of the way, though. Can knock down the floater. Rebound to Flemings. Bouye hit ahead to Gillespie. He's going to pump fake, drive down the lane in the paint, shovels it back out to Bouye, back to Gillespie. Gillespie an open three this time, and this time he knocks it down. On bounce, open, and the Phoenix Suns take a 3-point lead, 24-21. I definitely thought the Spurs had an opportunity of running away with this one, but I was wrong. Here comes Fox bringing it down the other way. He has it up top. Fox coming to his left off the Cornet screen. Cross-court pass over to Johnson, over to Harper. Right corner three for Harper. Got it to go. Book it. And we're back tied at 24. 40 seconds to go. Iguodaro has it up top. Iguodaro crosses over to his left on Cornet, all the way to the rim. Lefty left. Got it to go for Iguodaro. That's 2 impressive drives and finish at the rim. One over Wembanyama earlier in the first, and this one over Cornet. Cornet just caught flat-footed on that one. 30 seconds to go. Fox has it up top, dancing with it against Ryan Dunn. Crosses over on him. Foul line pull-up jumper. In and out, can't get it to stay. Battle for the rebound. Keldon Johnson pulls it down, misses the putback. Rebound to Iguodaro. Has it in the paint and gets fouled. With 17 seconds to go. Nick Yak, what's up, Yak? Sorry to hear about Chad, but he will be back, or talking about Cade. But he will be back before the playoffs, and will be at full strength when we meet. Possibly. They did say they are expecting him to miss the remainder of the regular season, but will be back for the playoffs. That is the expectation. But hopefully, obviously, he's good to go come playoff time, at least. Gillespie, if not earlier. Gillespie up top, coming to his right. Pump fakes from 3, gets it over to Booker. Booker spins. He'll have it at the buzzer here. High arcing mid-range shot over Dylan Harper, can't get it to go, and that will be the end of our first quarter. A lead for the Phoenix Suns, 26-24. What an opening quarter for the Suns. Defense held up, only holding the Spurs to 24 points and putting up 26 points themselves. Excellent start for the Phoenix Suns. So far, we've seen other teams get off to excellent starts and then not hold up their end of the bargain as the game continues. We're looking at Orlando being down 19 at halftime to the Charlotte Hornets. We're looking at the Detroit Pistons building up a 21-point lead at the end of the first quarter before losing it most of it and only being up by 8 at halftime. Suns Gen said, one good quarter, I'll take it. You can only take it one quarter at a time, so we'll see how it goes on. Look at Dylan Brooks with the hair down. It's crazy. It's a crazy look, brother. That's a crazy look. MBM, what's up, MBM? Appreciate the content, of course. I know the numbers are going to be down for next couple of weeks as the NCAA tournament takes over the nation. Of course. If I think if more people would know us for doing college games, I would definitely be doing and covering the tournament. But we tried doing a college game earlier in the season, and the community was just not interested. So I get it. We're going to stick to NBA basketball for now. Benzino said, looks like you were right about the Hornets being contenders. I think contenders is a little heavy for the Hornets, but they're definitely scary come playoff time. Definitely scary. Don't underestimate them. I fully expect them to be in the playoffs, but we will see. They have to win 2 games. 2, do or die games. All it takes is one bad shooting night, and you're out, right? They can't afford to lose one of those play-in games. Mindset John said, NCAA already has an upset. High Point beat Wisconsin. I expect more upsets. Of course. That is the nature of the tournament. All it takes is one game. We went over the college landscape, but we can do it again in a second here. Let's look at the rest of the NBA. Pistons, 12-point lead over the Wizards. No Cade Cunningham like we talked about. We got Lakers, Heat taking it to the Lakers right now up by 9. Cavs, Bulls. Right now that's a close one. We'll see how that game plays out. Clippers, Pelicans still locked in a tight one. Didn't they just play? They just played the other night. It's a back-to-back situation for Clippers, Pelicans, that matchup. We know our Sun-Spurs matchup is going on. We got Bucks, Jazz later tonight, and 76ers, Kings to round out the rest of the NBA slate. So not a great slate here tonight as always. With the March Madness tournament going on, the NBA not going to schedule any primetime games during this time. We know this. But we'll continue to keep an eye on the NBA slate as well as the college slate. We'll go over it. But here we go. Start of the second quarter. Iguodaro gets it over to Green. Green driving it down, loses it. And now here comes Carter Bryant bringing it down the other way. Crosses over to his left, down the lane, layup, can't get it to go. Rebound to Flemings, gets it over to Gillespie. Gillespie now pushing the other way. Gillespie coming to his right, hesitates from three, driving it down. Swings it up top to Iguodala, back to Gillespie. Gillespie pump fakes, Wemby goes for it. Gillespie step back, wide open three. Got it to go for Colin Gillespie, his third so far here tonight. And it's a 5-point lead for the Phoenix Suns, 29-24. What a start for the Suns over the Spurs. Definitely not what I thought was going to end up happening here tonight. Fox down the lane, leans into Gillespie and gets the nice layup. Crafty move for Fox to decelerate there as Gillespie takes the contact and flies back, giving Fox the open layup. Green walks into an open left wing three, can't get it to go. Rasheer Flemings can't snag the rebound. It's out of bounds off of the Suns. It's going to go back to the Spurs. Suns Gen said Flemings is actually good. He's huge. I've known he's been in the rotation, especially with the injuries for the Suns. But watching him out there on the court, I initially just mistook him for Kaman Malawak because I was like, oh, there's a big, enormous human being. And I was like, oh, interesting. They're running a double big lineup with Iguodala and Malawak. And I was like, oh, wait, no, that's not him. That doesn't look like him. It's Rasheer Flemings. He looks huge out there as a wing. Gillespie knocks down his fourth three. And he's got something to say over to the Spurs bench as well. Is that the Spurs bench? No, that was his own bench. He's got something to say to his own guys. Wembanyama has it up top. Gets it over to Fox. Fox being guarded by Dunn. They get it over to Wemby, being guarded by Fleming. Stop, turn, pump fake, leans in. Pump fake, scoop layup with the right hand, throws up an air ball. What defense from Flemings. Hit ahead to, who's this young man? They kick it out. Is that Brea? Is that Kobe Brea? They get it over to Green. Green down the lane, gets the layup to go. Who is that young man? That's Coffey, Amir Coffey. I forgot. They picked up Amir Coffey, and that's an 8-point lead for the Phoenix Suns and a timeout for the San Antonio Spurs. They got some things to talk about, folks. Let me tell you, they got to talk about a couple of things real quick. The Suns are beating up on the San Antonio Spurs here tonight. Now, we know the Spurs can wake up in a hurry, but this is an impressive performance so far. I'm loving it. Creighton said, interesting. Suns playing well. Man, I'm so sad that the Suns are dealing with injuries down the stretch of the season here. If they were fully healthy, had their full slate of guys, boy, oh boy, do I think they would be one of the teams in the Western Conference where those top teams would be looking at. First of all, if they were fully healthy, they'd be in the playoff picture. That's for sure, in my opinion. But those top-tier teams, man, they're looking down at the Phoenix Suns like, we don't want to play them. We do not want to play the Phoenix Suns come playoff time. They're good. They're well-coached. What's the coach's name again? Shout out the coach. Let me think. Jordan Alt. Shout out Coach Alt. First-time head coach in his first season here with the Phoenix Suns. He's been fantastic, man. You got one, Phoenix. You got yourselves a coach over there. It took a little time. Had a revolving door of coaches for a little bit there, but it looks like you got your guy in Jordan Ott. He's been impressive this year. I like him a lot. Kay Hazy said it was the Suns who stopped the Spurs at the beginning of the season. Remember? I do not. I do not remember that. What do you mean stop the Spurs earlier in the season? Like they gave them their first loss? I know the Spurs had a really strong start to the year in terms of they were like 7-0 or something like that. Creighton said Suns have a coach. Now GMs, not so much. Who's their GM again? I can't remember. But not bad. I mean, look, they found Gillespie. They made the Dillon Brooks trade for Kevin Durant. Dillon Brooks and Green for Kevin Durant. They're drafting pretty decently. I really like the Malawak pick. I don't know if I like the fit on the Phoenix Suns. I'm happy he's getting minutes now. But I really like the Malawak pick. Suns Gen, so we just got a new one this year. New GM. All right, so maybe things are on the up and up. Maybe you also got yourself a GM. Obviously, you got to wait a little bit of time to see how the master plan plays out and see how their moves worked out, but all right, here we go. Checking back in after that timeout. 8-point lead. Let's see how the Spurs respond, man. We know they're a team that can respond. They had the 20-plus point comeback against the Clippers, so we know they're capable, more than capable of hanging around these games and staying in it no matter any kind of deficit. It's only an 8-point deficit, but Suns are playing extremely well so far here tonight. Here comes Fox bringing it down, being guarded by Flemings. Flemings looks like a nightmare guy. If he ever, has the experience and continues to figure it out defensively, he's huge out there as a wing. Huge. Wemby gets it over to Fox, who's going to spot it for a three over Coffee. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Iguodala in the paint. And also Iguodala will bring it down. Iguodala, under 10 minutes to go here, has it on the left wing, gets it up top to Gillespie. Pump fakes it from three. Gillespie has already knocked down 4 threes here tonight. They get over to Flemings, down the lane, throws down a hammer over Wembanyama. Rasheer Flemings exploding to the rim to give the Phoenix Suns a 10-point lead. What a performance. Wemby, down low, responds with a dunk of his own, rolling to the rim. Nobody steps in front. Nobody wanted any part of that. A dunk for a dunk indeed. Green coming to his left of the screen, gets it over to Gillespie. Gillespie crosses over to his right, steps back, another three after he set his feet, comes up short, bouncing on the rim, but he gets the friendly bounce. The Phoenix Suns firing on all cylinders right now, having an 11-point lead over the San Antonio Spurs. Fox dancing with it down the lane, draws the foul on Flemings, got his hand caught in the cookie jar, and Fox will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 9 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Oh, that wasn't Wemby. Wemby was on the side. That was over Carter Bryant. Astrophagy? Astro? Can I call you Astro? What's up, Astro? It definitely wasn't over Wemby. I was too busy hyped to see if he would actually make the dunk. It definitely wasn't over Wemby. It was over rookie Carter Bryant, though. De'Aaron Fox does knock down both free throws. It is 39-30. 9 minutes to go. Gillespie bringing it down. Jordan McLaughlin is in the game. They get it over to Green. Now over to Iguodala. Iguodala back to Green. Coming to his right. Pounds pass back to Iguodala. Wemby in the paint, so Iguodala's got to pull it out. Dancing with it up top. As he pulls it out, now he's going to look to attack. Euro steps down the lane, draws the foul, and Victor Wembanyama is going to go to the foul line for 2. Nice swing through move for Iguodala to draw the foul, and Wemby, fully knowing I probably can't knock down a shot over the guy, so I have to swing my arms through and see if he fouls me or not. And he does. Fleming's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Don't love that they give players those foul calls, but they do. They do. Iguodala misses the first free throws. He rattles it just out there. Crandon said, welcome to the NBA, Carter. Welcome to the NBA, Carter. Rasheer Flemings, man, what an impressive move. I like what Rasheer Fleming is showing out there on the court right now. He's active. He makes himself available. Not afraid to go to the rim. Iguodala does at least knock down the second free throw, keeping that 10-point lead alive here. Fox leaves it off for Wemby down the lane, draws the foul, can't get the layup to go. That's the second foul on Flemings. It's the second foul on Flemings in back-to-back possession there. So now Wemby will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Ernest Cash with the Ernest Cash. Bruce Fowles had the old up and under move, that old like little swing through, pull your arms up into the defender that James Harden popularized, plaguing the league a little bit. I don't love that they give those foul calls out, but they do give those foul calls out. So as long as you're consistent, defender's going to have to know better to keep the arms up, not to the side like that as the guy's going to the rim. Wemby knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Dylan Harper's going to come in for Jordan McLaughlin. No, McLaughlin's going to stay in. He's out there with Harper. Wemby, Champagny, and Barnes fill out the rest of the rotation. Joseph Dickens, what's up, Joseph? What's going on, NBA fans? I am a diehard New England Knickerbocker fan, but I do like what the Spurs are doing, and I believe that they are going to come back and win this game. We'll see, Joseph. We'll see. That is indeed could be an expectation. They are fully healthy and whatnot. The Suns holding on to this 8-point lead. Fleming's a right corner 3. Oh, my goodness. It could be a Rasheer Flemings night. I am increasingly impressed with what Rasheer Flemings is showing here tonight. Increasingly impressed. Wemby has it up top, gets it over to Harper. Harper coming to his right, stops, pivots, kicks it out. Champagny, left wing 3 for Champagny. Too strong, can't get it to go. Rebound to Green. Here comes Jalen Green bringing it down. Green gets it over to Coffee. Coffee pump fakes. Driving to his right. Kicks it out. Iguodala. Iguodala gets it over to Gillespie. Back to Iguodala. Back to Gillespie. Off the handoff. Playing the 2-man game over to Green. Green jab step coming to his left. Got a lane going to the rim. And it's out of bounds off of Green as McLaughlin got his hand in there and knocked it off of Green's leg. Ball will go back to the Spurs here. Sleepy Musey. What's up, Sleepy? Where's Booker? Booker is on the bench right now getting his usual rest. MBM said the likes are lacking. Hit the like button. Appreciate you, MBM. If you guys are enjoying the show so far, hit that thumbs up button, like the stream, y'all. I don't care what else is going on in the sports world. We are going to continue our NBA coverage. We are committed. Harper gets it out to Vassell. Vassell puts up the three over Iguodaro, and he gets it to go. Pretty good contest from Iguodaro, but not good enough as Vassell is able to knock it down anyway. And it's back to an 8-point game. Gillespie up top. They get it over to Iguodaro. Iguodaro hands it off to Green. Green coming to his right. Being guarded by McLaughlin, crosses over to his left, stops at the foul line, stops, pivots, fall away over McLaughlin, got it to go. That is smooth from Jalen Green right there, and it's back up to 10, 45-35. Suns doing a good job of keeping the Spurs an arm's distance away, even during these Wembanyama minutes. Vassell coming to his left, gets it over to Barnes. Barnes up top to Harper. Harper is going to attack Fleming's off the bounce, gets into the lane, kicks out to McLaughlin. They want to dare McLaughlin to shoot it. They get over to Wemby, who just fires it. No gather step, no nothing, no rhythm. Nothing. Just caught it, turned, fired it up there out of the corner, got it to go, and that is a dangerous sight to see Wemby knocking down those shots. Green leaves it off for Iguodaro, back to Green, and too much passing, but it will stay here with the Phoenix Suns. They got scared by Wembanyama in the paint. Too much extra passing, too many extra passes there for the Phoenix Suns. Green got it, Iguodaro tried to get it back to Green. Too much. Ahmed, what's up, Ahmed? MBM said no lead is safe, especially a lead that's only 7 points. Right? It's not much of a lead. Green, a left corner three. Throws up an air ball, but a rebound to Amir Coffey. Kicks it out. 5 on the shot clock here. Booker is back in, attacking to his left. Tries to kick it out to Green. Did not see McLaughlin literally standing right there in the passing lane, and he picks it off. McLaughlin tried to throw the no-look pass into Wemby, who was not prepared for it as he's surrounded by Suns players. Coffey tried to throw the no-look pass to Booker and gets picked off by Barnes. Terrible passing here from both sides to get it inside the Wemby. Leaves it off inside the Barnes. Barnes gets the easy layup. And a timeout for the Phoenix Suns. The lead is back down to 5. Absolutely horrendous passing from both sides there in that sequence there. My goodness, that was terrible. And ultimately, it ended in a Spurs bucket. David Oz Jr., what's up, David? The East just got interesting with the Cade injury. Can Pistons keep the first seed? Can the Knicks move up? The Pistons will. They've built up enough of a cushion, in my opinion, that I don't think that first seed is in danger. They also have a pretty soft schedule. Even outside of Cade Cunningham, they got a pretty good team. So they should be all right. They'll be all right. And Cade is, actually they did say he's likely to miss the remainder of the regular season. So they'll probably have to wrap up their regular season here. They're standing at 49-19. We can take a look at the standings. I'm pretty sure they got a comfortable lead, right? No, not really. Only up 4 in the loss column on the Boston Celtics for that 1 seed. Could be interesting for the Celtics. Could be interesting for the Pistons. You're right. I didn't know they were that close. I didn't know they were that close in the standings. But we have seen the Pistons schedule. Again, easy schedule coming up for the Detroit Pistons to end the season here. Ozahar, what's up, Ozahar? Good game so far. Crandon said, what in the Kevin Durant passes is going on? Is a crazy way of phrasing that. Yeah, there was some terrible passes going on there. Absolutely horrendous passes, for sure. For sure. All right, so if we look at Detroit's final stretch of their season here, no Cade Cunningham for the remainder of the season. Here we go. So they're playing the Washington Wizards tonight. I fully expect for them to beat the Wizards. Right? You have Golden State. I expect you... Oh, you guys can't see the full schedule here. This is the full schedule. This is it. This is every single game they will play for the remainder of the season. Their final game is April 10th. So they play the Golden State Warriors. I expect them to beat the Warriors even without Cade Cunningham, but you never know again. The Lakers, looking like a tough game. Let's chalk that up to a loss. Atlanta... With the way Atlanta's been playing lately, maybe I could see it happening. Again, I really don't know what to expect with this Pistons team without Cade Cunningham. They have already been struggling even with him in the lineup to play with consistency. So, Joe Reno, what's up, Joe? Appreciate you, Joe. He said Spurs fan since 1977 and still. Hello, all. Appreciate you, Joe. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Brother. Spurs starting to heat up here. It's only a 5-point game. Let's come back to the schedule in a second. We're coming back out of this timeout. We'll continue to look at it, though. We also have the college games to go through. We have the rest of the NBA slate to go through. We got some things to do at halftime, y'all. But we still have half of this quarter to go. 6:21 exactly. And Jalen Green and the Suns will bring it down. Green has it up top, being guarded by Harper. Blows right past him. Green hands it off to Iguodala. Iguodala hands it off to Booker. Booker off the handoff. Gets blocked from behind by McLaughlin. Wemby recovers it. Gets it out to Harper. Harper pushing it the other way. Knocks down the little reverse layup with the left hand on the right side of the basket. What a play from Jordan McLaughlin to block that Devin Booker jumper. What an inspired substitution here to get McLaughlin in there and then put him on Booker. Jordan Goodwin will fire a left wing three over Barnes. Can't get it to go. It's a 3-point game. Wembanyama will bring it down. Iguodala will guard him. We know Iguodala had a size disadvantage, as everybody is against Wembanyama. They get over to Vassell. Vassell back to Wemby. Wemby will fire the three, trying to tie it. Can't get it to go. Halfway down as it rolls out the side of the rim. Here comes Green pushing it the other way. Green up top being guarded by Harper, dancing with it. Looking for a screen. Crosses over to his left off the Iguodala screen. Harper does a good job sticking with him. Step back, fall away jumper for Green. Tough shot, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound, but a loose ball foul is called on Wemby. Trying to face guard and block out Iguodala there. So the possession will stay here with the Phoenix Suns. NBM said Orlando looks soft. Look, it's hard to have a full opinion on Orlando when they're missing their best player in Franz Wagner. So until he's back, I'm going to refrain from giving a full opinion on their situation. No, they give it back to the Spurs. It was a foul on Iguodala there. Wow. Interesting. So Harper has it up top. They get over to Wemby. Wemby high post, being guarded by Iguodala. Wemby hits Harper, cutting back door. Play with the right hand. Can't get it to go down as it rolls off the side of the rim that time. Halfway down. Here comes Booker. Off the rebound. He has it up top. Is that Booker? No, that's Ryan Dunn. Excuse me. Now they get it to Booker. Booker puts up the mid-range shot. Got it to go. He was looking for the foul call. He doesn't get it, but he does get the 2 points. 47-42. McLaughlin has it up top. Being guarded by Booker. They get over to Wemby. Wemby leans in, draws the foul, and he gets the shot to go down. Wembanyama has the jump shot going down for him here today. I'll tell you that. He's already knocked down a corner three. Devin Booker confused as to why Wemby gets the foul call there, whereas Booker saying it was the exact same thing on the other side, but you didn't give me the foul call. I think the difference is Iguodala had his hand in the area in which Wembanyama was rising in. That's where the foul came from, whereas Booker more so tried to jump into the airspace of the defender, which is why they allowed that contact to go through. David Osh Jr. said, people need to understand teams tank looking for the next Wemby or future legacy star to improve revenue for centuries. Yeah, they do. I think people do understand that. There literally is no other positive thing to tanking. I will say the cons far outweigh the pros in terms of tanking. You could really only tank for at max 2 years, but really you should be tanking for 1 year. And obviously that's easier said than done. Tanking is dependent on whether or not you actually win the lottery. So if you continue to lose the lottery, good luck. Iguodala throws up a floater over Wemby. Got it to go. Nice slide move for Iguodala there off the drop-off pass from Devin Booker. Iguodala looked away as if he was going to kick it back out and then quickly threw up the floater and he got it to go down. Dylan Harper has it on the right wing, out by the three-point line, or out by the half-court line now. Now he's going to look to attack against Goodwin, crosses over, half spin, leans in, fall-away jumper in the paint, high arcing shot, rolls off the side of the rim, could not get that friendly bounce, and now here comes Devin Booker off the done rebound. Booker up top, coming to his right and draws the foul on Keldon Johnson. Still a 4-point lead here for the Phoenix Suns. Wemby did knock down that free throw, by the way, so it's 49-45, 4-point lead. Joe said the Alien, Space Castle, Thrillin' Dylan, V24 Vassell, Fox on the run. We're loaded. Absolutely loaded. Absolutely loaded, Joe. It is indeed a championship core right now. As young as everybody is, it's a championship core. Christian Blaze, what's up, Christian? Happy to see you, brother. All right, I'll get to your comment in a second, Christian. They get over to Iguodala up top. Iguodala, I saw you were talking about the Pistons schedule. We've been going through it. Jamari Bouye was dribbling it down, but they call a foul on Fox trying to run through the Iguodala screen. Christian said, that Pistons schedule doesn't look that soft. I saw at least 5 losses, if not more. Boston and New York may sneak past Detroit. We'll go through it. I was also looking at it. We started to go through it, but looks like to be more of a halftime thing as we have just under 4 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Booker up top, attacking to his right, pocket pass to Iguodala. Iguodala fakes the handoff, keeps it. He's got Cornette on him. Iguodala, in and out dribble, coming to his right, leans in, throws up the floater. Got it to go for Oso Iguodala, man. He is figuring it out. He is really solid. He's a really solid backup big right now. Obviously a starter with the injury to Mark Williams, but he's got skill. He's got a nice soft touch. He's got really good craft for a big man playing the handoff game. Vassell up the handoff. He can't get the three to go. Jordan Goodwin chases down the rebound. Hit ahead to Gillespie. Leaves it off for Booker. Catches. Pump fakes down the lane. Euro steps in the paint. Scoop with the right hand. Got it to go for Devin Booker. Booker's starting to get unlocked a little bit as the game goes on. It's back up to an 8-point game. As Wemby is now back on the bench, Phoenix obviously going to be looking to take the lead here, or to build on their lead here with Wemby on the bench. Keldon Johnson stops, turns, spins, has it in the paint, leans in, throws up the hook shot, got it to go for Keldon Johnson. Tough move there for Keldon Johnson, knocks the lead back down to 6. Gillespie bringing it down, being guarded by Fox, over to Iguodala. Iguodala keeps it. Coming to his right, hands it off to Booker. Booker being chased by Champagnie. Booker in the lane, stops, half spin, down the lane, pump fake, spins, over to Iguodala. Another floater for Iguodala. Can't get that one to go. Battle for the rebound. Goodwin grabs it and lays it up and in. What an effort play from Jordan Goodwin there. Here comes Champagnie, hands it off to Fox. Over to Cornette, hands it back off to Fox. Fox coming to his left, down the lane, in the paint, kicks it out. Champagnie, right corner, pump fakes, ran off the line, loses the hand on the ball, but a foul is called on Booker. Booker a little upset with the foul call. Doesn't like it. Nick Yak said, anyone know why Hart is out tomorrow? Is he out tomorrow? I did not see that. I can look it up. Maybe he just wanted to come back just for the Mike and Ike's game. It was Candy Mike and Ike's night. Who reported that? Did Begley report it? Josh Hart is out. What do they have him out for? Injury, illness, right knee, patella. They have him out with illness, so maybe he got sick. Maybe he ate too much candy. It looks like maybe he ate too much candy. He's out with an illness. So, probably ate too much candy, got a tummy ache. Poor Joshy Poo's got a tummy ache, it looks like. Champagnie knocked down the first free throw. Bruce Fallis said, spent after dropping 33. I think he ate too much candy. They have him listed out as injury management, but also / illness. I think he might have gotten a little sick. Might have ate too much candy on candy night. Booker gets it out to Gillespie. Gillespie gets it back over to Booker. Champagnie did knock down both of his free throws. Booker down the lane, kicks it out. Jamari Bouye can't knock down the 3. Champagnie knocks a rebound over to Fox. Here comes De'Aaron Fox, hit ahead pass to Wemby. Wemby is back in. They got the double bigs lineup out there with Cornette and Wemby. They kick it over to Champagnie, left corner 3. Got it to go for Julian Champagnie, and it's back to a 3-point game, back to 1 possession. Gillespie bringing it down, being guarded by Fox. Coming to his left off a Malawak screen. Gillespie pulls it out, coming to his right, step back, foul line, fall away jumper for Gillespie. Got it to go. Cold as ice for Colin Gillespie so far here tonight. That jump shot is going. Fox pushing it the other way. Lobbed it over the top to Wemby. Wemby gets it out to Champagnie. Champagnie extra pass to Fox. Fox takes the ball down the lane. Scoop with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Malawak contested him at the rim. Nice contest from Malawak. And he snatches the rebound. Here comes Gillespie bringing it down. It's picked up by Wembanyama. A deep left wing 3 for Gillespie. Comes up short. Rebound over to Vassell. Vassell gets it over to Fox. Fox hit ahead pass to Wemby. Wemby being guarded by Gillespie on a mismatch. This is what happens when you take ill-advised shots, Gillespie. Now you get mismatched with Wembanyama. You got the alien on you. They lob it over to Wemby. Wemby in the post. They have to bring a double team. Kicks it out to Fox. Catches. Pump fakes. Up top. Vassell. Wide open. Straightaway 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound over to Jamari Bouye. And Bouye gets it over to Gillespie. Hit ahead pass to Malawak. We beat him down the court for the two-handed slam. There you go. Come on, Malawak. Way to run that floor. And just like that, it's back up to 7. Nick Yak said Brunson might have got him for the ball hog comment. Maybe. Fox has it up top, being guarded by Bouye. They get over to Cornette. Cornette back to Fox. Fox coming to his right, the handoff. Mid-range pull-up jumper for Fox. He's had the mid-ranger going. Can't get that one to go, though. Rebound gets it over to Goodwin. My goodness, can I pronounce names tonight? Booker bringing it down, being guarded by Vassell. He'll hold it for the final shot of the quarter here. Booker gets fouled by Vassell. And I believe they had a foul to give, so it should just be side out of bounds. My timer ticked down, but we got 8 seconds to go in this quarter. Joe said Victor to Cornette is called the French vanilla. It is indeed. David said, too much 100 tequila on the podcast. Maybe. Tequila and candy, it's not a great mix when you're 30. When you're in your 30s, maybe cut back on the tequila and the candy. Booker to the rim, can't get the layup to go, battle for the loose ball rebound. Fox has it, throws up the three-quarters court heave. Comes up just short. Not a bad heave attempt. But that will end the first half right there, and a pretty impressive outing for the Phoenix Suns so far here tonight. Dealing with all the injuries that the Phoenix Suns are dealing with, and yet they lead by 7 at halftime here against the Spurs. Spurs need to take up the defensive pressure here against this Phoenix Suns teams. I will say the Suns shooting it extremely well, led by Colin Gillespie, 6 for 9 from the field, 17 first half points for Gillespie on 4 made three-point attempts. So we'll go through all of that, but before we get to the box scores and the team stats, let's go around the league. Or let's continue looking at the Pistons schedule, right? So no Cade Cunningham, who's out with an injury now. Not really an injury, but a medical diagnosis of a collapsed lung, which is very unfortunate. VM said tequila is healthy for you? Now when you got to run up and down the court for 40 minutes a night. So this is the Pistons schedule. We're going over it, but real quick, let's take a look at these scores. What's the Pistons looking like now? They're still up by 11 on the Wizards. So they led by 21 at the end of the first quarter, and it's kind of been even Steven since halftime, 28-26 at the end of that third quarter. So let's see if the Wizards obviously want to lose as many games as possible, so they'll probably find a way to lose this one. But here we go. So this is the Pistons schedule the remainder of the season without Cade Cunningham. This is every single game they will play, all the way down to Charlotte, which ends on the 10th. That is their final game of the season. So a couple of tough ones here for Detroit. Golden State, they should win. Golden State will still be without Steph Curry. The Lakers, who have been red hot as of late, that's looking tough. That's looking like a tough one. Atlanta, who's been playing extremely well as of late, winners of their last 10. I think 11 now? Either way, at least a 10-game winning streak for Atlanta. They will be playing them. So that's looking like it could be a tough one now as well. New Orleans have been playing extremely well as of late. They just beat the Clippers. They're playing the Clippers again tonight. But they just beat the Clippers, and the Clippers are a good team still battling for positioning in the play-in, so that was a meaningful game. They kind of beat them pretty handedly. That's looking like a tough game. Minnesota's looking like a tough game. We'll see if Anthony Edwards is back by then. I doubt it, though. Oklahoma City is obviously a tough game. We could even chalk that one up to a loss already. Toronto is interesting because Toronto's been playing a little better as of late. That could be a tough one as well. Yeah, I'm going down here. I don't know. Outside of the Washington Wizards and the Golden State Warriors, I don't know where these wins are going to be coming from. We'll see how New Orleans looks. We'll see how Atlanta looks against their defensive pressure, because even without Cade Cunningham, they're still a very good defensive team. It's not like they're terrible now without Cade. They're just maybe an average team now. But looking at it, yeah, they could slide, man. They could slide. This is not as easy of a schedule as I thought it was. Toronto's an interesting one because they beat Toronto when Toronto beat the Pistons recently. As a matter of fact, I can show you this game right now. We covered this game. 119-108 last Sunday. Pretty handedly beat the Pistons in that game. And without Cade Cunningham to kind of lead the offense, I don't know, man. That could be a loss. You look at Minnesota. Anthony Edwards would definitely be back for that one, right? So even if they beat Minnesota in this one, I definitely feel like Anthony Edwards will be back by then. And that could, we could chalk that one up to a loss. Even though Minnesota can be pretty all over the place sometimes. Philadelphia, I believe they'll have Paul George back by then. Maybe Maxey will be back. Probably Embiid. You never know who's going to be available for Philadelphia in this point of the season. But that could be a tough one if those guys are back. My goodness, it doesn't stop. Orlando could be tough. Maybe even Franz Wagner is back for this game. Orlando, Philly, these teams, Toronto, these teams are still battling for playoff positioning. Even Minnesota will be battling for playoff positioning by this point. So I'm looking down the schedule, and all I could really see is maybe this Minnesota game, depending on if Edwards is available or not, because we know he's going to be out at least another 1 or 2 weeks. And then the Golden State game, and maybe the Atlanta game. But Atlanta's been red hot, so I don't even know. I don't even want to count that. Maybe New Orleans, if they slow down a little bit, maybe it's just a hot start because DeJounte Murray came back, who knows. But, they'll win some of these games. It's not like they're going to go, winless during this stretch, but this could definitely be a kind of situation between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 brings them to this Orlando game. 11, 12. They have 12 games remaining after tonight's game against Washington. Let's call that a win for Washington. If they have 11 games remaining, if they go 2-9, if they go 3-8, in terms of back to the standings. They're only up 4 in the loss column to the Celtics and only up 6 in the loss column to the Knicks. They could theoretically drop as low to the 3 seed with this injury right now. Again, they're not a bad team without Cade Cunningham, but looking at the schedule, it's not as easy as I thought it was. I think with Cade Cunningham, I can confidently go down their schedule and be like, yeah, Golden State win. Lakers is a tough game. Atlanta, yeah, I think they would win. New Orleans is a win. Minnesota, no Anthony Edwards is a win. Oklahoma City, that's a tough one. Okay, let's call that a loss. Toronto, let's say they finally get their run back and they beat them in that game. Minnesota, let's call that one a loss with Anthony Edwards back. Philly, that's a win. But, with maybe Embiid's back, maybe Maxi's back, Paul George will be back by then, who knows. Orlando, it's a win. Milwaukee, it's a win. Charlotte, tough one. We'll see. But without them, I'm looking at all of these games. And outside of Milwaukee, which I don't think Giannis will play that game. That's April 8th. It's one of the final games of the season, although it is an ESPN game. But I'm looking at Milwaukee. I'm looking at maybe Minnesota, maybe New Orleans, and that Golden State game. So I'm looking at 3 or 4 games where I'm like, okay, I feel confident being like the Pistons should win that game. But outside of that, I don't know. I really don't know how this Piston team is going to play. Thankfully for the Pistons, it is a pretty heavy home schedule with the remainder of the season here. They do have a couple of games down the stretch going from Minnesota down here, where it's majority on the road to end the season. But, man, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, I could see them dropping down to the 3 seed after going through it, man. I could see it. Ebony, what's up, Ebony? I had to cash out my Spurs mid-level. Don't have a good feeling about this game. We'll go through it. You might not have a good feeling. I'm not telling you how to feel, but I don't have a bad feeling about the way the Spurs played. I think the Suns played exceptionally offensively, and they knocked down a bunch of threes. I think they'll do a much better job of defending the Suns in the second half. I feel pretty good about the Spurs where they're at right now, considering how well the Suns shot it. I feel pretty good about where they'll be in the second half here. If they take up the defensive pressure, even just for a quarter, take the lead, I think they'll be all right in the grand scheme of things to pull this victory off. Bruce Fowler said, shout out to... Oh, thank you, Bruce. My goodness. How could I have forgotten our guys over at Get Off My Lawn Records providing the sponsor for a halftime rundown. Thank you, Bruce. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, brother. Yeah, shout out our guys over at Get Off My Lawn Records. I almost forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Of course. Shout out our guys over at Get Off My Lawn Records. Also, the Jazz Destroyers. Go ahead and check out their website, Get Off My Lawn Records, to check out their music. Also, if you're musically inclined or have any interest in creating any music, go ahead and hit them up because they could definitely help you out. They have released multiple albums for a lot of small-time creators, wanting to break into the music industry. They help you out for sure in that regard. So go ahead and hit them up. They know what to do. They know how to help you out. Also sign up for the mailing list to be notified whenever they themselves drop some music or any of their featured artists drop some music as well. You can also subscribe to their YouTube channels. Both Get Off My Lawn Records is the YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to them. And the Jazz Destroyers have their own YouTube channel as well, which is their band. They release music coming up. I believe they said they're working on an album right now. So go ahead, check out the music, see if it's for you. They were also generous enough to provide us a discount code over at bandcamp.com. So use promo code Sheffy to get 20% off site-wide at bandcamp.com. Appreciate you, Bruce. Appreciate you. Thank you for reminding, man. I almost forgot. Shout out our guys, man. Shout out our guys. We're going to give them a shout out later in the show, too, to make up for it. Joe said Greek Freak is out for the rest of the season. I see him leaving. I thought it came out that he is refusing to sit out the rest of the season. Yeah, I definitely see him leaving this offseason. It's been too chaotic. The conversations around it have been too wild. Either way, whether he sits out the remainder of the season or not, he's pretty much gone. He and the organization not seeing eye to eye. As far as where he goes, I really don't know. Joe said he wants out. He does want out, but unless he forces the hand of the Milwaukee organization, he's not leaving. He wanted out this season. He wanted out at the trade deadline. And you know what happened? They didn't move him, right? So unless Giannis comes out to the media and he says, not only do I want to be traded, I want to be traded to these teams right here. He's going to have to force the hand of the organization to get him out there, right? This is, like we are past the player empowerment era. You need to force your way out. You are not just going to be like, oh yeah, get me out, guys. No, you are too valuable to the Milwaukee organization, Giannis. And Milwaukee is very dead set on continuing to try and build a contender around you. So unless you force the hand of the organization by saying, get me out, and publicly putting it out there, and not just throwing little hints like, oh no, I'd rather play for a team that's actually winning. No, man, just put it out there. Just say it with your chest. Stop tiptoeing around the topic. Do you want out or not? You know, because we'll get you out. We'll trade you. But you got to help us out. He's not helping him out right now. MBM said nobody wants his brother. I think I think all 29 other teams will take on Thanasis Antetokounmpo if it means getting Giannis. It is a vet minimum contract. It is not a big deal. So let's go around the league real quick, and then we'll go around the... Is Giannis playing today? This will tell us if he is out for the remainder of the season or not. Yeah, Giannis is out. He's out. He's not playing today. Not in the starting lineup. He's gone. He's done. He's done. We have probably seen Giannis play his final game. We've probably seen him play his final game in Milwaukee already, because he's done. He's done. He's not even starting tonight. So the season is over for Milwaukee. So let's go around the league. The Hornets are still putting a whooping over on the Orlando Magic there. They're going to the end of the third quarter. They almost put up a 40-point quarter again. 38 in the second and 38 in the third. Despicable showing for the Orlando Magic here tonight. Defense not helping them out at all. Joe said dressing nice too. Is Giannis over there looking dapper on the sideline? The Pistons are pulling away from the Wizards. To be expected, they're up by 15. The Heat are up on the Lakers, 65-59 at halftime. That's looking like that's a good game right there. The Cavs are pulling away from the Chicago Bulls, 61-45. The Pelicans, 55-52. It's a close game against the Clippers. The Pelicans just beat the Clippers. Joe's dad said Wemby 5 for 5 from the line, Spurs 9 for 9. Yeah, we'll go through the box score in a second here. Hopefully we'll have enough time. Said good call not doing the Magic versus Hornets game. Yeah, I thought about doing the Magic versus Hornets game. Just because we haven't seen the Hornets play in a while. And obviously we know they've been playing excellently as of late. But, yeah. I think the Magic are low-key on my ban list, along with the Lakers. Although the Lakers battling back from being on the ban list. Right? Playing well as of late. The Magic, they might be on the ban list, just because they're not a very entertaining team to watch, even when they are playing well. So we're going to avoid the Magic game for, I think, the remainder of the season. We're winding down the regular season anyway. Unless it's a really good matchup. But we know our Suns Spurs coverage. We'll go through it in a second here. And we got Bucks Jazz just tipping off. 76ers Kings, not too far from their tip off. About an hour away. So pretty far off, actually. So before we go through the box scoreboard game here tonight, let's take a quick look around the college landscape as well. Let's refresh this page, make sure we're up to date. Joe said, I have the first jersey the Spurs hung in the rafters and autographed. Iceman, too. It's a good one to have, Joe. That's a good one to have right there. So Michigan is taking care of business in the second half against Howard. Is that Buffaloes? Are they the Howard Buffaloes? Taking care of business against Howard. Bruce Fowler said, Shams reported this afternoon he refused to sit. He relented. I think everything that he does is performative at this point, right? Like Mr. Gambling Man himself. I think everything, like he's soured his reputation amongst fans across the league. At one point, people really liked Giannis, thought he was a pretty stand-up dude, and I think now people are like, everything he does is performative. You know, so all of the talk of, I want to be here, but I only want to be here if you're a contender, having that deal with Kalshi and kind of putting the feelings and the inklings out there that maybe he might force his hand on a trade and all of that, just has tarnished his reputation across fans in the league. Definitely ruined his reputation for me. So I definitely think the report of him refusing to sit is performative by him. He definitely, I think, wanted to sit the remainder of the season, right? Season's over. VCU, North Carolina, they're in overtime. Wow, VCU trying to shock them. Might even want to pull that game up on the side. Hold on. Texas over BYU right now by 13. Wow. AJ DeBansta, what you got for me, AJ? What you got for me, man? Texas A&M, St. Mary's. Texas A&M taking care of business against St. Mary's right now. You got Penn taking on Illinois later tonight. Have not tipped off yet, so. A couple of games that have ended. We went through the earlier ones. No other upsets yet. No other games have ended yet, so. No other upsets outside of High Point taking down. Who did High Point beat again? High Point beat Wisconsin. Bruce House said he's a prima donna. Yeah, he's definitely trending that way, which is really disappointing to see. Thought he was built different, but I guess not. We are getting back to the halftime already, so before we get to the inbound, let's try to go through the box score as quickly as possible here. 7-point lead for the Phoenix Suns. Iguodala with 9. Booker with only 6, I guess, is maybe the saving grace for the Phoenix Suns here. If Booker gets it going. 2 assists and 3 turnovers as well is not great. If Booker gets it going, he could definitely help the Phoenix Suns keep this lead over the Spurs as we are getting ready for the second half. Here we go. 17 for Gillespie, was 5 for 8 from three-point range. And Jalen Green, 13 points on 6 for 10 shooting. All right, here we go. The Suns bringing it down. Green down the lane, gets blocked out of bounds by Champagnie on a chase down. Nice block and recovery from Champagnie there. All right, they didn't start their timer the same way I didn't, so we're good. Bruce said, I'd love to hear you call a college game. We tried doing a college game earlier in the season, Bruce, and nobody tuned in. So I got it. Stick to the NBA for now. I thought about maybe covering the college games, but covering the tournament as much as I could. But, again, we experimented, and an offensive foul and Gillespie pushing off on Fox. We experimented early in the season just to see what kind of reception a college basketball game would get on the channel, and, nobody really showed up. So it's still on the channel. I think you can go check it out. We did Arizona versus Houston. Fox bringing it down against Goodwin. We actually ended it at halftime because there was really nobody there. Champagnie gets it over to Wembanyama. Wembanyama back out to Champagnie. Right wing 3. Comes up short. Rebound to Iguodala. Iguodala bringing it down. 59-52. Iguodala hands it off to Booker. Booker crosses over to his right off the Iguodala screen. Has it in the mid-range. Step back, fall away jumper for Booker. Book it for Booker. Back up to 9, the lead goes. Fox has it up top, being guarded by Iguodala, lobs it down low to Wemby, gets pushed by pushed by Booker. And Wemby slows it well. That's a foul on Booker. Ball will remain here with the Spurs. MEM said Giannis is a beast. He is a beast as a player. And he is one of my favorite players to watch in the league. Bruce said, do VCU UNC. It's about to end, right? Are they in a double overtime period? Fox down the lane. Kicks it out to Vassell. Ran off the line. Vassell kicks over to Wemby. Wemby catches. Pump fake. Sidestep. Puts up the 3. Wemby can't get it to go. Rebound to Goodwin. Goodwin bringing it down. Has it up top. Shoves it over to Booker. Booker coming to his right. He's got Barnes switched onto him. He's going to look to attack. Kicks it out to Green. Green ran off the line. Step back. Kicks it back over to Booker. Booker swings through to his right. Ran off the line. Kicks it out to Goodwin. Goodwin on the right wing 3. He's open, but he comes up short. Rebound over to Fox. Fox will bring it down. Wemby bringing it down in the lane. Leans in. Puts up the layup. Can't get it to go, but gets his own putback with a one-handed slam on the putback. Ridiculous play from Wemby. Green on the left wing, steps back, gets it over to Iguodala. Iguodala hands it off to Green. Green coming to his right, mid-range pull-up jumper, gets blocked, but fouled by Champagnie, so Green will go to the foul line for 2. Bruce said, but that wasn't the NCAA tournament. The chat will be packed with degenerates. This is true. I mean, if I did a tournament game, it would perform far better than the regular college game I did, but it was a, Sunday big-time college game. Bruce said, might crash your channel. Probably not. The Green knocks down the first free throw. Nick Yak said, if the Celtics end up winning the East after everyone leaving and Tatum missing 65 games, it's just unbelievable. It would be truly unbelievable. I'm with you, Yak. I'm with you. But the Knicks may also win the East. They are not too far behind the Celtics either. which would be crazy for the Knicks to jump from the 3 seed majority of the year up to the 1 seed. Here comes Fox bringing it down after Green did knock down both of his free throws, 63-54, 10 minutes to go in this third quarter. Fox, cross-court pass to Vassell, down low to Wemby, turns, flips it up at the rim, got it to go. They are now featuring Wembanyama in the game, who's up to 18 points for Big Vic. 18, 5-1 for Victor Wembanyama. 20 after that layup. Gillespie, a pull-up 3 off the screen, comes up short. Rebound to Wembanyama. Here comes Champagnie pushing it the other way. Champagnie hit it, gets it over to Vassell. Vassell, coming to his right off the screen, down the lane. Pull-up jumper in the paint. Got it to go for Devin Vassell. And it's back to 5, 63-58, 9:20 to go. James Sumler, what's up, James? Booker gets it up top to Goodwin, swings it over to Green. Green coming to his right. Green has it up top, being guarded by Barnes. Barnes almost picks his pocket. Green has to run out to recover it. He has it up top, one-on-one, attacking to his right. Leans in, and another foul, offensive foul, and a push-off. This time to Jalen Green. Gillespie got one earlier in the quarter. Now Green gets one. It didn't really matter because Victor Wembanyama came over and blocked the jump shot anyway at the end of the shot clock buzzer. Just that said, Celtics 3.5 will be closed in 8 games. We'll see, man. To see the Pistons drop in the standings after the season they had would be crazy. Fox bringing it down. Leaves it off for Vassell. Vassell catches, pump fake, driving to his right, down the lane, gets into the paint, and throws it away. Green picks it up after Iguodala knocked that out of the air. Green, cross-court pass to Gillespie. Gillespie over to Booker. Booker, on the left wing, pulls it out, being guarded by Champagnie. Booker's going to look to dance, coming to his left, crosses over to his right, down the lane, in the paint, leaves it off for Iguodala. Little flip shot, got it to go for Iguodala. Those are not easy shots to knock down along the baseline. No backboard for protection. Throws up that little floater, and he gets it to go down over Victor Wembanyama. Speaking of, Wembanyama attacking to his left, slips and falls, and almost throws it away, but the ball ricochets back to Wembanyama. They knock the ball loose. They're diving for it. Gillespie saves it from going out of bounds. He's going to bring it down the other way. What a hustle play from both sides. And Gillespie pushing it, spins, trying to go past Champagnie, gets tripped up by Champagnie. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. What a push by Champagnie, who recognized, this is what a point guard does, recognized that Victor Wembanyama was down on the floor. And he said, all right, better now than ever to go attack that basket with the alien out of the paint. Joe said Carter Bryant's going to be a star very soon. I mean, I definitely see him being a very high-level role guy. Star, I don't know so much about. Maybe a star in his role. Can't really be a star if you got no off-the-dribble game right now. Right now, looking like a 3-and-D prospect in the making. If he fully develops, definitely high-level 3-and-D guy for sure. MBM said the teams just want to be as healthy as possible when the playoffs begin. We handle whatever comes with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Health is the number one priority for playoff teams going for the championship. You know, it's the number one priority anyway, regardless, throughout the NBA season, but Gillespie knocked down both of his free throws. Harper kicks it out Vassell. Wide open right wing 3 in the relocation. Knocks it down for Devin Vassell. Big time shot to get it back to a 6-point game. Gillespie bringing it down. Gillespie up top being guarded by Fox. Over the top pass to Booker. Booker on the left wing. Sets his feet and fires from 3. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Booker continues to struggle. Green picks up a nice steal. A sloppy pass from Fox there. Gillespie up top, swings through to his right. He's being guarded by Harper, tagging down the lane, step back, baseline, mid-range pull-up jumper, fight for the rebound, and Wembanyama rips it away from Goodwin, hit ahead to Fox, turning on the Jets down the lane, and he throws it to nobody. Goodwin easily picks it off as he hustled back on defense. Green over to Iguodala, out to Booker. Booker taking the baseline, gets ran into by Vassell, and that's a foul on Devin Vassell. No shot either by Booker. It's a foul on the floor. Joe said Kawhi 2.0. Everybody's Kawhi 2.0, brother. There's only one Kawhi. He's definitely not going to be Kawhi. Kawhi's got a ridiculous handle to him. Carter Bryant has shown no propensity for a handle so far this season. But who knows? Who knows? He is a young kid still developing. Also, Kawhi was already a good three-point shooter his rookie season. And he started for a championship contending San Antonio Spurs. Carter Bryant wasn't even in the rotation to start the year. And Kawhi was already an outlier development of a player. his development was already an outlier throughout NBA history. So for Carter Bryant to recreate that is a little far-fetched. Judge that said Cade to get hurt on such an easy-looking play as he was playing full court press is bad luck, but he should be back okay after all. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. You know, it's a pretty serious diagnosis, but one that, with some of the best medical professionals in the world keeping an eye on him, he'll be all right. Booker down the lane, pump fakes, leans in trying to draw the foul, and they give it to him. That's a bad foul call. If I'm the Spurs, I'm challenging that. That's a bad foul call. Booker just jumps into Vassell and they give it to him. I think they're challenging this. They should. And I believe... Did they say they're not going to use a challenge? I don't think they are going to use the challenge. I think they just called the timeout, which is, I think, a pretty silly time to call a timeout there, but that's a really bad foul call there. Really bad. Joe said, I haven't missed a game since 1977. I can see when players have it. Just saying. Yeah, sure, brother. Sure. Good luck with Kawhi 2.0. Carter Bryant will be a very good high-level role player in the NBA. Maybe even make an all-star team or two. But he won't develop into an MVP-level player. If he does, I'll eat crow. But like I said, Kawhi was already an outlier of a development cycle. Jay Hammer said, Bruce, most teams in the East are not an easy out for Detroit, and it's always easier with home court advantage. It's pretty true, but, you know, you want as much of an opportunity, you know, as many chances. Actually, hold on. Let's say they hypothetically drop to the 3 seed, man. Let's see they hypothetically drop to this 3 seed. We take a look at the standings, and it's too hard to predict who's going to be the 6 seed because everybody's all jumbled up here. Look at this. It's disgusting, actually. Look how jumbled up everybody is. Between Toronto, Orlando, Miami, Atlanta, and Philadelphia, maybe even Charlotte, although I doubt it. Maybe even Charlotte. But between 9 and 5, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams could actually make the case that they're going to end up as the 6th seed. It is extremely close. So nobody of the top 4 teams knows who they're going to play in the first round, right? It is actually pretty crazy. At one point, it looked like Philly was going to round out the top 5, and, you know, dealing with all the injury that they've dealt with, they now dropped down to 9. But there is only 2.5 game difference between 9 and 5 there. So we can't even really have the conversation of who they would match up with if they did drop down to the 6th seed, because it doesn't even really matter. As a matter of fact, them avoiding Charlotte in the first round might be beneficial for them. If you get Boston, Charlotte in the first round, hold on. We got some fun. Boston, Charlotte, I'm kind of rooting for now. And then Detroit, Miami would be interesting. And then New York is the 3 seed playing whoever ends up as the 6. I'm cool with. I'm cool with that. Right? Give us Atlanta. Give us Philly. Give us... You know what? Keep Philly away from us. I don't want to deal with Philly. But Orlando, give us Orlando. I'm cool with that. Toronto, definitely want to play Toronto in the first round. MBM said, a Knicks fan, I feel nothing for these teams. Packing them all up. I'm with you. Listen, I always say this anyway. If you fancy yourself a championship contending team, you have no fear going into the playoffs, right? Because if you win a championship, you are the best team in the NBA. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You won the championship. You won the season. So if that were to happen, you have to go through some of these matchups anyway, good or bad. So the way I see it, I think the Knicks are a championship contending team. So bring it on. Theknon Gambles. What's up, Theknon? Banchero's been letting me down. If you're talking about, betting on Banchero lines, I'll tell you what, man. It's not a great idea. Super inconsistent player. Ryan Dunn jumped the passing lane, got a steal. Booker only knocked down one of his free throws, split him. It is 68-61. Malawak is back in the game. Wembanyama remains out there as well. They hand it off to Green. Green pulls it out. Green being guarded by Keldon Johnson. Come to right off a Goodwin screen. Wembanyama switches on the Green. Green's going to dance with his step back right wing three. Creates the space. But can't knock down the jumper. Long rebound back to Green. Green to the rim. Layup. Can't get it to go. Wembanyama crashes the glass and gets fouled. So Wemby hits the floor pretty hard. Lil Scotty. What's up, Lil Scotty? Booker is literally driving against Wemby rather than shooting the three. Well, considering he's shooting like 33% from three-point range this season, I understand why. That three-point shot has not been with him this season, brother. MEM said, without Cade, Detroit will be vulnerable. Food for all. I mean, he will be back for the playoff run. Hopefully. That is the expectation. Hopefully all goes well in his recovery period. Harper gets it over to Vassell up top. Ran off the line. He takes the lane in the paint. Kicks it out in the corner. Champagny, the open corner three. And Champagny knocks down the corner three. And it's a 4-point game. 68-64. 6 minutes to go. Green has it up top, being guarded by Harper. They get over to Booker. Booker attacking to his left. Pump fakes, spins, fall-away jumper over Vassell, and Booker gets it to go down. On the mid-range jumper, 6-point lead for Phoenix here. Harper leads it off for Wemby. Wemby catches, pump fakes. They run up at the line, attacking to his right. Now puts up the mid-range shot over Malawak. He can't get it to go down. Rebound to Jalen Green. Here comes Jalen Green. Green on the left wing, being guarded by Vassell. Dancing with it. Crosses over to his left. Down the lane, step back, mid-range, fall-away jumper. Can't get it to go, long rebound. Harper picks it up. Dylan Harper bringing it down, gets it over to Keldon Johnson down the lane against Malawak. Laid with the right hand, got it to go. It's a nice, strong finish for Keldon Johnson there against the shot blocker. Malawak still has to gain some experience to learn how to challenge those layups at the rim with the little scoop under his arm. Booker pulls it out. It's being guarded by the rookie Harper. They swing it out to Green. Green will fire the left wing three, and Green will miss the left wing three. Rebound. Wembanyama saves it over to Vassell, and they get it over to Keldon Johnson, who'll push it the other way. Now Johnson will be picked up by Goodwin. Johnson's going to in and out dribble down the lane, kicks out to Wembanyama, spots up for a three, pump fakes actually, leans in, draws the foul, and Malawak is going to go to the foul line for, I believe, 3 free throws. They're going to give it to him in the act of shooting. Just under 5 minutes to go here. Lulu Vasquez, what's up, Lulu? Who you got winning? Probably San Antonio. They're the better, more healthier team than the Suns tonight. Suns missing too many guys, man. I've been very impressed with the Phoenix Suns so far here today. Where is our guy, Rasheer Fleming at, man? I was really impressed with this first half. Just that said, have to believe the Spurs win this game? Yeah, I tend to think so. Nick Yak said, Banchero let me down 3 years ago. He didn't this year. He can only be let down if he underperforms your expectations. And my expectations were not high for Banchero this year. So I have not been let down by Paolo Banchero. John said, I love your confidence in the Knicks. I will not waver. Let's go Knicks in the playoffs. Appreciate you, John. I just, it's now or never. So let's do it. I got the confidence. Like I said, it's now or never. So I'm going into it as positively as I can. MEM says Spurs will walk them down. Probably, most likely, for sure. For sure. So Wembanyama, he's got 2 more free throws coming. They're going to give him the 3 free throws. Judge that said Fleming's is a +8. Fleming is a +8. That's all I'm saying. Judge that said Booker's a -7. He knows how much I hate the plus-minus stat. We're going to throw it in the chat anyway. Where's my guy Rasheer Fleming at, man? Especially with Wembanyama out there. Susan said they might have Cade Cunningham coming back just to play with the MVP number of games so close. It's going to be restricted minutes anyway. No, there is no way you can. It's not an injury he's dealing with. It's a medical condition. It's not something he can play through. He's got a collapsed lung. Right? If it was a sprained ankle, maybe. If it was a sprained wrist, maybe. But it's a collapsed lung. You can't, in good faith, put a guy out there with a collapsed lung to play professional basketball. Wemby knocked down all 3 of his free throws. It's a 1-point game. Booker in the lane throws it to nobody. Booker having a rough night here tonight. Not sure how to solve this Spurs defense. They have keyed in on him. A step back 3 for Wemby. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Rebound to Ryan Dunn. Ryan Dunn gets it over to Jamari Bouye. Rasheer Fleming is finally in the game, by the way. They get over to Fleming. Fleming will fire the left corner 3. Gets blocked by Champagny. Rebound to Wembanyama. Got to hit that pump fake, Fleming. Got to hit that pump fake. Keldon Johnson on the left wing to get it over to Harper. Harper being guarded by Booker. Harper gets it over to Wembanyama. He's going to take the lane, blows right past Maluak, but Fleming comes over, strips him, gets the steal. Booker down the lane, draws the foul. Can't get the layup to go, but it'll go to the foul line for 2. And the Spurs really frustrated with Devin Booker's whistle right now. Really frustrated with it. And I see why. He's got some little small touch fouls here and there. I get why. Jersey, that said Wemby 23-10-1 for Victor Wembanyama. 23-10-1. The Spurs, they can use their challenge here. I thought they should have used the challenge earlier in the game where they called that foul on Vassell after Booker jumped into Devin Vassell. Did not like that call at all. Show the replay here. Harper does make slight contact with Devin Booker. But if that's not marginal contact, then marginal contact does not exist. Nigyak said Sarr and Washington were so bad tonight, it's hard to see how Cade affected Detroit. Yes. I don't think we'll be able to see that until where's it at? Did I get rid of it already? I think I got rid of it already. Until one of their later games. Their next game is against the Lakers. Pulling away from Miami here in this third quarter. Up by 13, 90-77. So I don't think we'll be able to see, as Detroit did end up beating Washington, we knew this. I don't think we'll be able to see the full impact of losing Cade Cunningham until probably around that Lakers game, right? They should be able to handle Golden State even without Cade Cunningham. They're not a bad team without Cade. They're just maybe an average team. Cade uplifts them to being a great team. But the Lakers are on a roll. They're now leading by 13 against Miami here. So that could be a bit of a beatdown from LA, who are rolling, man. They're rolling. Mark, what's up, Mark? Checking in, brother. Checking in. Speaking of checking in, during this coach's challenge timeout here, let's check in on the tournament. BYU looks like they're going to be out in this first round, man. Looks like, unless they're going to go crazy at the end of the game here. What? I didn't want to do that. What's going on with the Bansta, though? AJ DeBansta out of the tournament. 35, not because of him, I'll tell you that. AJ DeBansta emptying the clip in this game. A true heir apparent to the Kobe model. 35 points, 0 assists, baby. I ain't passing you guys the ball. Game is on me. 35 points for AJ DeBansta, though. 14 points for Robert Wright. 0 points off the bench for any of their bench guys. 9 for Kennard Davis. Kiba Keita, 5. Alexej Kostic, 5. In order to win in the tournament, it's got to be a team effort. I can't even think of a singular time a single player was ever able to drag a college team through the tournament. It just doesn't really happen. You could win a game or two off the back of a star player, but you're not going to advance too far unless your whole team comes in to help. Papa Dog, what's up, Papa Dog? Or Papa Dog. Check in, let's go, Booker. Booker's hooping. Booker is hooping. A little bit, not really. 5 for 13 from the field for 11 points. He's not really hooping, I'll tell you that. Just that said, Texas has a big fan base and BYU has a specific one. I'll be real disappointed when Wembanyama wins the tip. They did rule it a no foul. Thank goodness, because it definitely did not look like a foul. Under 4 to go here. Harper up top coming to his right, gets it over to Wembanyama. Wembanyama pump fakes, stops, turns, spins, draws the foul, floater. Can't get it to go, but it'll go to the foul line for 2. Mark said the NIL money. Yeah, absolutely. Teams buying stars now. It's crazy in college. But I'll tell you what, I'll be extremely disappointed if the NBA gifts the Utah Jazz AJ DeBansta. I don't think they deserve him. Paper Dog said, can Booker get 20? He could. That's Devin Booker, brother. That's possible. Judge that said attempting to inch toward second place in the Eastern Conference. The Knicks seek the 14th straight win in the series Friday night as they visit the Nets. Yeah. Friday is, they should be able to take care of business against the Nets, man. They should be able to take care of business. Mark said to stay in Utah. He's not staying in Utah. He's going to the NBA, brother. He's a top 3 pick at worst. And at best, he could even be the number 1 pick. So he ain't going anywhere. The Spurs have taken a 1-point lead. Off the Wembanyama foul, he knocks down both free throws. Booker down the lane in the paint. Picks up his handle. He's got nowhere to go. Leans in. Inside to Malawak. Flips it up to the left hand. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound out of bounds off of the Suns. You're Malawak there. You got to give Devin Booker a better outlet. If you're Booker, he's just going into the paint aimlessly right now. No, they're going to give it back? They're going to give it back to the Suns. All right. Sometimes complaining works. Jamari Bouye gets it into Malawak. Malawak hands it off to Bouye. Bouye coming to his left of the handoff. Step back, foul line. Fall away jumper. Comes up short, long rebound. Gets it over to Fox. Quick outlet to Champagnie. Champagnie bringing it down. Has it on the right wing. Gets it over to Fox. Fox is the trail 3 guy. Comes up short. Battle for the rebound. Ryan Dunn rips it away. Now here comes Booker. Booker will bring it down. Up top, coming to his left, attacking. Champagnie off the bounce. Fall away mid-range shot. Got it to go for Devin Booker. The fall away midi is on point right now in this quarter. Nothing else is on point, though. Not attacking the basket. Not drawing too many fouls so far. Not knocking down the three-point shot. It's been mid-range shot after mid-range shot. They kick it out. Keldon Johnson, right wing 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Malawak to get it over to Bouye. Bouye gets it over to Booker. Booker bringing it down. Devin Booker on the left wing, putting his head down, attacking in the lane. Draws the foul. Can't knock down the floater. And they say no shot attempt, actually. They call a foul on the floor, but they're in the bonus, so it doesn't matter. 2 free throws for Devin Booker anyway. This Devin Booker whistle is rough, man. I'm not going to lie. He's running into guys and just heaving it up at the basket right now. Mark said, I've always thought that the Jazz name should have stayed in New Orleans. Oh, for sure. What the heck does Utah have to do with Jazz? Devin Booker at the foul line. Knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Nick Yak said, just seen back-to-back Doncic air balls. Sometimes he will just heave them up there. Off balance or otherwise. Just that's a long third quarter here. Indeed. This Devin Booker whistle is pretty great, not going to lie. He just runs into a guy and throws it up at the basket and they give it to him. Booker knocks down both free throws. 74-71. Under 3 minutes to go here. Fox hands it off to Barnes. Barnes inside to Harper. Harper gets it over to Cornette. Cornette along the baseline gets blocked by Malawak. Rebound over to Harper. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Then gets it over to Gillespie. Out to Booker. Booker driving it down. Hesitation in the paint. Kicks it out. Rasheer Fleming left corner 3. Can't get it to go. Malawak the offensive rebound. Ball knocked out of his hands though. We got to be stronger with the ball, Malawak. They get over to Harper. Harper down the lane in the paint. Kicks it out. Fox wide open right wing 3. Can't get it to go down. Rebound to Ryan Dunn and Gillespie will bring it down the other way. San Antonio having their opportunities here. Phoenix, Gillespie, dancing around the Malawak screen. Almost kind of running in circles around this Malawak screen. Coming to his right, stops, turns, kicks it out to Dunn. Dunn driving to his left, hands it off to Flemings. Back to Gillespie, dancing around it. Swings it out to Dunn. Dunn, jab step, puts up the left wing 3 anyway. In and out, can't get it to stay. Rebound to Cornette. Cornette gets it over to Fox. Fox bringing it down. Hit ahead to Johnson. Johnson on the right wing. Crosses over to his left. Spins to his right. Puts up the layup. Can't get it to go. No foul call. Malawak gets it over to Gillespie. Gets it over to Booker. Booker's got a lane in the basket. Going all the way. Lefty layup. Got it to go. And the foul on Dylan Harper. And just like that, the lead is back up to 5. 80 series. What's up, 80 series? Do you have the current stats for this game, or this is the upper left-hand stats that are game? I need my glasses. These are the individual overall season stats for each player that's in the rotation for each team, and these are the current stats of the players currently on the court. Booker has 17 points, Gillespie with 19. All of them come in the first half, by the way. Ryan Dunn with 5, Fleming with 5, and Malawak has 2 points and 5 boards. For Barnes, Barnes has 4 points. Fox has 8. Johnson has 6. Cornette has yet to score and only 1 rebound for Luke Cornette so far tonight. Carter Bryant's going to sub into the game now, who is yet to score. Kay Hayes said, these Suns are cooking, man. They're starting to get it going, led by Devin Booker in this quarter as he knocks down another free throw. It's a 6-point lead. Jesus Vicado, what's up, Jesus? Go Spurs. They definitely have the secret weapon with Wembanyama, I'll tell you that. Fox has it on the right wing, being guarded by Fleming. Crosses over, mid-range, pump fake, leans in, draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2. Nice maneuvering there for De'Aaron Fox to get himself to the foul line. Judge, that's been at least an hour and a half, at least a half hour third. The first half was like 45 minutes total. These guys are leaning in for the fouls, I'll tell you that. They're leaning in for the fouls. De'Aaron Fox knocks down his first free throw. He's got another one coming. Mark, appreciate you, brother. He said hit the like and subscribe. It's free. It is indeed free. It also takes just 2 seconds, and then once you're subscribed, you'll be notified whenever we go live, which we are live at least 6 times a week. We cover as much NBA basketball as humanly possible, as I can humanly possibly cover. De'Aaron Fox knocks down the second free throw. Goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. It's back to 4, 77-73, 1:25 to go. And Gillespie will bring it down. Fox applying a little bit of pressure in the backcourt, but not too much. Booker has it up top, being guarded by Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant, despite being a rookie, solid defender. Booker gets it over to Iguodala, back to Booker, coming to his right, mid-range pull-up jumper, off the back rim, can't get it to go. Cornette, good box down and rebound. Quickly outlets it over to Vassell. Vassell bringing it down. Has it on the right wing, being guarded by Fleming. Over to Cornette, back to Vassell, on the handoff, down the lane, loses the handle on the ball, goes out of bounds, ball back to the Suns. Just that said, it's 9:45. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. This third started at 9 p.m. Yeah, it was an 8 o'clock start time. Each half is usually about an hour. So we are running late. Are running a little bit late here with a very long third quarter. They get over to Iguodala up top. Iguodala. We could blame Devin Booker. Booker coming to his right. Cross-court pass. Swings it out. Left wing 3 for Ryan Dunn. Can't get it to go. And the Spurs, Carter Bryant got the rebound and threw it to nobody. Trying to outlet it over to Vassell. Vassell not paying attention or just not looking for the ball. It goes out of bounds. So the Suns will get another shot here. MBM said Fox is a solid player. I mean, he's an all-star. Made the all-star team this year. I believe he made it last year, too. I think it was his 3rd all-star outing. So he's an all-star level player. Jack Jowie. What's up, Jack? Where are they playing? And is Wemby playing? Wemby is playing. He's currently getting his rest on the bench right now. They get it in the Booker. Booker on the left wing. They are in San Antonio. Booker, mid-range pull-up jumper, can't get it to go, but gets fouled by Carter Bryant on the closeout attempt. So Booker back to the foul line. At the conclusion of this quarter, we can go look at the free throw disparity here tonight. 'Cause it feels like Devin Booker has gotten like at least 8 free throws in this quarter. He's got 2 more coming here. Booker knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Jose Motto, what's up, Jose? GSG, Go Spurs Go. Is that what that stands for? Nick Yak said Fox was great. The games I've seen this year. Yeah, I mean he's 3 for 10 from the field tonight for 10 points. 4 boards and only 1 assist, so not a very good outing so far here tonight. Booker knocks down both free throws. And Fox and the Spurs will hold it for what could be the final shot of the quarter here. There's about a 4-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Fox has it up top, being guarded by Gillespie. Fox will wind down the time. Dancing with it. Coming to his left, isolating. Down the lane, to his left. Step back, mid-range. Follow-away jumper over a contest. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Knocked into the air. Fox picks it back up. Down the lane, knocked out of his hands. Booker picks it up. He's got more than enough time. He's going to stop and pop from the logo. Can't get it to go. Almost banked it in. But that will be the end of our third quarter right here, 79-73. 6-point lead for Phoenix. Phoenix doing a really good job of just getting a decent enough lead. Obviously, 6-point lead is essentially nothing, especially in modern basketball with the advent of 3-point shooting. Jose Mata, appreciate you for the subscription, brother. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Thank you for that, man. 6-point lead is like kind of nothing in modern basketball. It could essentially be tied, and we could have the same discussions as to how the game is going on. But I did say at the end of the third quarter, we will check out what the free throw disparity is looking like. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go over the team stats. Okay, he said, is Luka on the Suns now? Devin Booker is wearing a Luka Doncic face mask to fool the officials tonight. The Suns are winning the possession battle, 68-63. Shout out our guys, by the way. Our halftime sponsors. Not halftime, but shout out our guys anyway. I was a little late on the shout out to the halftime sponsor. So shout them out again, man. Our guys over at getoffmylawnrecord.com. And you can also check out their music, the Jazz Stories. You can check them out on YouTube as well. Go ahead and type that into the search bar. The Phoenix Suns are winning the possession battle, 68-63. 3-point shooting is about even, 8-7. Free throw disparity, not too far apart, 16 attempts for the Spurs, actually. The Spurs have actually shot far more free throws, 3 more free throws than the Suns here, and they've made 5 more, and yet they trail. They trail here. Why are they trailing? Possession battle. That's why they're trailing. And they've made less shots overall, 25-63 versus the Suns, 30-68. 5 more attempts at the basket. Is that off of turnovers or off of rebounding? Rebounding battle, 36-30. They are winning it by 6. But they have 2 less offensive rebounds. Total turnovers, 10-10. Where are these shot attempts coming from then? What is happening? The turnovers are even, but the turnovers are even. The Suns are winning the rebounding battle, but the Spurs have 2 more offensive rebounds than the Suns, and yet the Suns have taken 5 more shot attempts than the San Antonio Spurs. Where are these possessions coming from? Wild. I don't know. Both teams have 28 points in the paint, so all things pretty about even. Like I said, a 6-point lead is kind of nothing in modern basketball. They could be tied, and we could essentially have the same conversations here. But looking at the team stats here, I don't know. Maybe it's because of the foul calls. They technically have taken less shots. So they've gotten, I don't know, 3 or... Actually, how many fouls have been called here? Total fouls, 14 and 14. So it's not even really that, I guess. I don't know where these extra possessions are coming from the Phoenix Suns. I really don't. Fox has it up top, but here we go, start of the fourth quarter. Maybe we'll figure it out in the fourth quarter time. Barnes throws up a right corner 3, can't get it to go. He is really, really dialed back his 3-point shooting as the season's gone on, man. You're really struggling from that range. Not struggling, but... Iguodaro's back in, hands it off to Gillespie. Gillespie gets the ball knocked out of his hands. He has to go to the half-court line to recover it. Driving it down against Fox. Spins off of him down the lane in the paint. Stops, spins, kicks it out. Iguodaro, a baseline floater over Wemby. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. McLaughlin had it, lost it. Champagnie picks it up, and Fox will bring it down. Fox has it on the right wing, being guarded by Gillespie. Crossing over to his left. Malawak picks him up. Driving past him in the paint. Pump fake, leans in, draws the foul, and gets the little flip layup to go as well. And Fox will go to the foul line for 1 more. Yeah, I said turnovers and offensive rebounds usually affect shot attempts. Yes, but turnovers are the same. 10 turnovers for each team. And offensive rebounds, the Spurs have more offensive rebound than the Suns, but the Suns have more shot attempts and possessions than the Spurs tonight. So it's weird. It's weird. I don't know where the possessions and the shot attempts are coming from. Fox does miss his and 1 free throw, though. Iguodaro throws a bullet pass over to Fleming in the right corner. Fleming can't get the 3 to go. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Goodwin ended up with it, but knocked out of his hands, and now McLaughlin gets it over to Champagnie. Champagnie will bring it down. Gets it back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin gets it over to Fox. I've always kind of liked Jordan McLaughlin. They get it over to Champagnie. Champagnie has it up top to get over to Fox. Fox being guarded by Goodwin. Coming to his right. Back to Champagnie. Throws up the 3 off the pick and pop. Can't get it to go down. Rebound to Iguodaro. Here comes Goodwin. Goodwin hit ahead to Iguodaro. Iguodaro hands it off to Green. Green coming to his left. Step back. Mid-range. Fall away. Got it to go for Jalen Green. Back to 6. The lead goes. Wemby bringing it down. They get it over to Champagnie. Champagnie over to Fox. Over to Wemby. Wemby up top being guarded by Iguodaro. Coming to his left off a screen from Fox. The point guard setting the screen for the center. Obviously, we see as Wemby gets stripped up and there's a foul. No, a travel? Oh, a palming? A turnover. I don't know what the call is, but a turnover for the Spurs. I was about to say we have seen in modern basketball more We have seen in modern basketball more guards setting screens for their centers and centers being ball handlers, but it's always still surprising when I see it. Iguodala has it up top. They called the turnover on Victor Wembanyama there, an iffy call. Green settles for the fall away. Midi can't get it to go. Fleming battling for the rebound, but he knocks over to Fox, and Fox out and running. Leaves it off for Barnes. Barnes swings it out to McLaughlin. He's going to attack Fleming off the bounce inside the Barnes on the cut, and he got the layup to go. Nice cut from Barnes. Beautiful pass from McLaughlin, and the layup for Barnes cuts the lead back to 4, 81-77. Green gets it over to Fleming, the left corner three, and finally he gets one to go down. He hit his first one, missed his next couple, gets that one to go down, and it's back up to 7. Fox pushing it the other way. Fox leaves it off for Wembanyama. Wembanyama coming to his left. Ball knocked out of his hands. Iguodala picks it up. And here comes Gillespie pushing it the other way. Gillespie down the lane. Euro steps, bumps, takes the bump. Can't get the floater to go down, but he will go to the foul line for 2. And every time it feels like, oh, the Spurs are building momentum, Phoenix answers right back, man. Just said, wow, a travel on Wemby. Yeah, I still am confused about that call. I don't know if they called it travel. I did see the ref kind of indicate a carry call, which is just weird. Mark said, bye-bye, BYU. AJ DeBanst, man, out. Just like that. Just like that. One of the college stars this season, one of the star freshmen, out. Out of the tournament. Gillespie goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. He is a knockdown free throw shooter for the most part. And it is back to 9, 77-86, with Wembanyama on the court, by the way, which is pretty impressive in itself. To take the lead against the Spurs like this with Wemby on the court, being guarded by the much smaller Iguodala. They've done a great job of keeping him out of the paint. And Wemby, and a blocking foul on Iguodala, trying to draw the offensive foul. Wemby, you know, when we went through our pregame, we talked about Victor Wembanyama. The context I always give to Victor Wembanyama is, how do you guard him, right? What is the context around Vic? You just pray. You pray to the basketball gods that Victor Wembanyama woke up on the wrong side of the bed and he's going to settle for some jump shots here tonight and he's going to miss them. And for the most part, he settled for a lot of jump shots here tonight. Fox, off the handoff, driving it down in the lane, double clutch jumper, got it to go for De'Aaron Fox. A double clutch jump shot, Fox gets it to go down. Under 9 to go, Gillespie on the right wing gets it over to Iguodala. Iguodala up top. Hands it off to Green. Green dancing around the Iguodala screen, coming to his left. Settles for the pull-up 3 off the screen. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Battle for it. Loose ball. Gillespie picks it up. Iguodala and Fleming battling for it. Gillespie in the lane, shoves it over to Iguodala. Back to Gillespie on the relocation. Right wing 3 has been ice cold in the second half, but he gets the friendly bounce again. The second time he's had that here tonight. Hit off the front of the rim, but he's got such a soft touch from the perimeter. He gets the friendly bounce, and they get the 10-point lead back, 89-79 here tonight. And the Spurs falling behind here at home against the Suns. And we only have 8:19 to go in this fourth quarter. More than enough time, obviously, but whew, Suns building momentum. K. Hazy Gillespie was a good pickup for my fantasy team. He was indeed. That's a great pickup. Captain Mastiff, what's up, Captain? Or it was Captain Mastiff 4th. See, I remember, brother. I got you. What's up, Captain? He said, thought I'd catch the rest of the game. Been around to give likes. Just been busy. Didn't check in with you. It's always cool, brother. It's always cool. We got things going on. We got things going on in our lives. I get it. Iguodala with 11, 4, and 5. I'm really impressed with also Iguodala's ability to play the handoff game. A really underrated skill in the NBA. I think Hartenstein is kind of perfecting the big man handoff game with his guards. We saw it the other night with Hartenstein playing the two-man game with Jared McCain. We saw it as Knicks fans with Hartenstein playing the two-man game with Emmanuel Quickley and Jalen Brunson. He does a great job of just kind of freeing his guys up on the handoff game. It's unfortunate for SGA that he's not as adept as a guard to play the handoff game because it already feels impossible to guard him. If he added that to his game as well, whew, my goodness. But I've been really impressed with Iguodala. So, he's got 5 assists tonight. Majority of his assists are coming off of handoff actions, especially with Gillespie. He plays excellent. He and Gillespie have great chemistry playing the two-man game. Ozahar said, win Suns. The Suns are impressive performance tonight from the Suns. I've been very impressed. I'm happy that we chose to do this game tonight. I'm very happy. We had a couple of stinkers we could have picked. I'll tell you that. It's not all sunshine and rainbows around the NBA. Matter of fact, let's take a look real quick. The Lakers up by 7 on the Heat. Not running away with it, but they got a decent lead there. We'll see if Miami can come back and cool off the Lakers a little bit there. The Cavs with a 15-point lead over the Bulls, to be expected. The Clippers and the Pelicans locked in a tight one. The Pelicans, all of a sudden, pretty good team. Pretty good team. Suns Gen said also a big surprise this year. He's been really good, Suns Gen. He's been really good. I was a little upset to start the year because I was like, what do you mean we're not going to get Malawak minutes? He was one of my favorite players in the draft. But Iguodala is, yeah, he deserves those minutes. He deserved that spot for sure. For sure. Bucks Jazz is a bit of a nothing game, especially with no more Giannis. He's out. As far as the games that have ended, the Hornets beat down the Magic and the Pistons beat down the Wizards. Here we go. We're back into it. Harper down the lane, kicks out the Barnes, extra pass to McLaughlin, ran off the line by Green. McLaughlin back up top to Barnes, attacking down the lane, scoop play with the right hand, can't get it to go. Wemby the offensive rebound though, and gets fouled by Jordan Goodwin. Just that to LeBron tied the all-time games played tonight. Shout out LeBron. Some longevity records are indeed crazy. Dylan Harper has it up top, being guarded by Goodwin. Harper gets it over to Champagnie. Champagnie in the right corner. Pump fakes along the baseline. Lobs it up to Wemby, who catches it up in the air with one hand on the lob attempt, and then just turns his wrist and finger rolls it up and in through the rim. Only Wemby can do something like that while being guarded in the paint. Iguodala hands it off to Gillespie. Gillespie up top, being guarded by Harper, who's applying really good pressure. Swings it out to Iguodala, who's going to attack Wemby, bumps him, flips it up with the left hand, got it to go for Iguodala. Wow. Just removed the shot blocking ability for Wembanyama by just jumping right into his chest and knocking him off bounds. McLaughlin gets it over to Champagnie up top, now over to Wembanyama. Wembanyama dancing with it against Iguodala. Wemby step back three over him off some rhythm dribbles, rattles it in, but it pops out. It was halfway down for Victor Wembanyama and it just popped out of the rim there. Ball gets knocked out of the air. They're going to give it back to the Spurs here. Say, out of bounds off of Green there. Yeah, said, I'm watching two teams I hate, Lakers and Heat. Seems like a pretty good game from afar. So the Spurs do get the ball back, a fresh 14, 10-point deficit, 7-11 to go. We are quickly approaching the halfway point here in this fourth quarter. McLaughlin gets it into Wembanyama. Wembanyama on the left wing. Kicks it up top to Champagnie. Champagnie gets it over to Harper. Harper dances with it up top against Goodwin. Coming to his left off the Champagnie screen, and they call a foul on Champagnie with the moving screen, and the ball is going to go back to the Suns here. Yeah, I said, where's Chamberlain in games played? I don't think he's too high at all. He didn't play that long, right? He only had like a 10 or 11 year run in the NBA. And especially down the stretch, he was often injured. Pretty sure, right? Green bringing it down, being guarded by Harper, attacking to his left, leaves it off for Iguodala, hands it off to Gillespie. Gillespie gets the open straightaway three off the back rim, rebound over to McLaughlin. Nice strong rebound from McLaughlin there. Now he's going to push the pace in the paint, kicks it out. Champagnie, left corner three in transition, got it to go for Julian Champagnie, and then he's got something to say to the bench, to the Suns bench. And back to 7 it goes. Spurs hanging in there, 6:30 to go here. Green, mid-range, pull-up jumper. He's been knocking those down all night, but misses that one. Wembanyama rips away a rebound. One-handed. Here comes Champagnie over to Wemby. Wemby bringing it down. He's got that look. Wemby on the right wing picks up his handle. Now gets it out to Champagnie. Champagnie gets it back to Wemby, being guarded by Iguodala. I've been really impressed with his defense tonight on Wemby. Wemby goes to the reverse layup and can't get it to go. Rebound to Iguodala. Here comes Gillespie, left wing. Gillespie spins off of Champagnie. Gets it over to Iguodala. Iguodala up top. Hands it off to Goodwin. Goodwin pulls it out. Being guarded by Harper. Crossing over to his left. Driving down. He's got a lane. Throws up the floater. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Ryan Dunn came flying in with a one-handed putback, but he just couldn't get it to drop down. And then ultimately, Goodwin fouls at McLaughlin going for that rebound, and the ball will go back to the Spurs. And another foul for the Suns. Any other foul from this point forward, as we are past the halfway point, will put the Suns in the bonus and free throws for the Spurs. Not a position you want to be in when you're trying to hold on to a lead in the fourth quarter here. 7-point lead for the Suns. Spurs get the ball back. Wembanyama to the bench. Give him a couple of minutes of rest here before putting him back in to close this one out. Harper up top. Crossing over to his left off the Cornet screen. Stop, step back, foul line, pull-up jumper. He didn't get it to go, but it doesn't matter either because they called the offensive foul on Harper on a little push-off with the extended arm. I will say they've been very consistent tonight. They called it twice on the Suns earlier in the game in the third quarter. Now they hit Harper with that offensive arm push-off. He was being guarded by Goodwin there. I wish they were more consistent with that across the league. Offensive players should not be able to extend that off arm to create space. Iguodala gets it over to Goodwin. Goodwin coming to his right, gets it up top to Booker, who's back in, over to Iguodala. Iguodala hits Booker, coming back door, scoop layup for Booker, got it to go. What a pass from Oso Iguodala, man. This is the best game I've ever seen him play. I think he's been utterly fantastic against this Spurs team. As an undersized center, going against the very big Spurs, obviously, very impressed with his play all around. Vassell, a right wing three, can't get it to go. Rebound to Cornet. Cornet gets absolutely hacked down in the paint before he can get a shot off. And it should, well, they're in the bonus now anyway, so that's 2 free throws for Cornet anyway. Yak said, Wilt played in the late 50s and against us in the 73 championship series. Let's look it up. We can look it up. Wilt Chamberlain. I don't know if that was in the NBA, though. Cornet knocks down his first free throw. He's got another one coming. His rookie season was the 59-60 season. We get a timeout. Get a timeout from the Spurs or from the Suns. I don't know. Either way, we get a timeout. It's an 8-point game, 93-85. 5 minutes to go here. Here it is. Zoom in here. So his rookie season was 59-60, which he won Rookie of the Year and MVP of the league, in which his rookie season he averaged 36.7 points. And he last played his final game in that 72-73 season. That was his final year. So he played a grand total of I'm not going to do the math, I'm just going to count. 23 to 36. Played 13 years in the NBA. In terms of games played, he missed a couple of seasons there in the middle, I assume with injuries, 38, 35. So he's not going to be very high at all. 12 games played that year. You're not going to be very high in the games played list. 14 years, 1,000 games. Oh, it says it down here. I'm a moron. It says it literally right here. 14 years and 1,045 games. I'm dumb. I should have just looked at the rest of the list. 14 years, 1,045 games. I don't know what the record is. I don't know where anybody stands in that regard. We can look that up too. NBA all-time games played. He's pretty far behind. He's pretty far behind. Robert Parrish holds the record at 16-11, and LeBron just tied him today with playing his 1600th and 11th game today. But Kareem, Carter, Vince Carter, Dirk Nowitzki, John Stockton, all over 1,500. So yeah, he's not particularly close. Not particularly close. Captain Massive, Suns got the energy vibes. I mean, they're hooping, man. They're hooping. Yeah, so Texas ended up being BYU, by the way. Get rid of that. The band still went off for 40, but came in a loss, so does it even really matter? Illinois is taking on Pennsylvania. Is that the only game on right now? Look at this tournament disaster. How do you only have one game going on right now? How do you have only one game going on? What is the scheduling for the tournament, man? There should be, at any given time, 1,000 games going on. VCU beat North Carolina. An upset. Texas A&M beat St. Mary's. A 10-7. Not too much of an upset. And everything else pretty much chalk we've seen already. Yep. So Cornet misses the second free throw. Here we go. We're back into it. Jalen Green has it up top. Gets it over to Booker. 5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter and an 8-point lead for the Phoenix Suns. Booker has it up top, being guarded by Harper. Booker with the shot clock winding down, attacking to his right, pocket pass to, who is that, Fleming? No, that's Malawak cutting down the middle of the lane. Nice pass from Booker, nice cut from Malawak, two-handed slam for the big man. And it is back to 10. Fox has it up top, dancing with it against Fleming. Coming to his left, down the lane, spins, gets it over to Cornette, back to Harper. Harper down the lane, in the paint, gets caught in the air, kicks out to Fox at the last second. He's going to put up the three, and he got it to go. He's been misfiring from three all night. He gets that one to go down. Big time shot for De'Aaron Fox. And Jalen Green will bring it down the other way, 4:20 to go. Ultimate saying with the ultimate, Spurs suck, Spurs are trash. I think the record says otherwise. I think having a guy in the top 3 of MVP conversations says otherwise. Booker has it up top, dancing with it against Vassell. Booker on the right wing. Booker, sidestep 3. You knew he wanted to get that up there. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound out to Fleming, who chases it down. And Booker gets it back up top, being guarded by Vassell. Booker sees a double team, gets it over to Goodwin, swings it out to Green. A left wing 3 for Green. Green can't get it to go. Rebound to Vassell, over to Fox, hit ahead to Harper. Harper on the left wing, back up top to Fox. Fox pump fakes from 3, now step back 3, gets blocked by Fleming. And then tossed out of bounds by Fleming. Tried to get it over to his guard, cutting down the sideline there and just misread it and threw it behind him. 3:30 to go here in the fourth quarter, though. The Suns get the ball back. It's a 7-point game. Here comes Victor Wembanyama trying to steal this game from the Phoenix Suns tonight, who, for the most part, have held control of this game. Eric, what's up, Eric? Judge that said Fleming plus 16 in 17 minutes. I think he's been fantastic tonight as well. Shout out Rasheer Fleming. Fox, jab step, kicks it out. Wembanyama, the wide open, straightaway 3. Got it to go for Big Vic. And it's a 4-point game. Back-to-back threes. Cuts it to 4. And we get a Phoenix Suns timeout with 3:26 to go. And here we go. Crunch time situations, y'all. Who's going to pull it out? Booker has found his way up to 22 points tonight. I've not been impressed with Devin Booker's game so far, though. Why is my timer still going? It was going, so I hit the button, and then it just kept going. We got 3:26 to go. We go around the NBA landscape again. Looks like the Lakers are going to pull it off against the Heat. They got 5:30 left to go in that game. They're just past the halfway point. It's only an 8-point game. Okay. Lakers scored 38 points in that third quarter, though. My goodness. The Heat put up 42 in the first. Jeez. The Cavs and Bulls, now in a tight one. The Bulls coming back against the Cavs. 4-point game. Clippers and Pelicans locked in a tight one. Suns Spurs now locked in a tight one. The Jazz blowing it open against the Bucks. Hilarious. And the 76ers are just tipping it off against the Kings here. And we do know that the Hornets stomped the Magic tonight, and the Pistons put a beat down on the Wizards. Here we go. Suns will have the ball coming out of this timeout. Iguodala is back in. Booker, Goodwin, Gillespie, and Fleming round out the rotation, while the Spurs come out with Champagnie, Wemby, Fox, Vassell, and Harper. Iguodala has it up top. Hands it off to Booker, coming to his right, in the mid-range, step back, pump fake, steps through, in the paint, leaves it off. Fleming, double clutches, gets blocked by Wembanyama. Iguodala kicks out to Gillespie, pump fakes, coming to his right, driving down the lane, ball knocked out of his hands. Goodwin picks it up, heaves it up there, the buzzer, hits the front of the rim, rebound to Fox. A decent attempt. Had to throw it up there with the buzzer ticking down there, and he got it off in time, but he couldn't get it to go down. Fox being guarded by Fleming, crossing over to his left, down the lane, pump fake, spins, fall away jumper, got it to go over Rasheer Fleming. And it's a 2-point game, y'all. And the San Antonio Spurs looking to steal this one away from Phoenix, who've been leading majority of the night. Gillespie gets it over to Iguodala. Iguodala has it up top. Iguodala hands it off to Booker. Booker coming to his left off the Iguodala screen, gets it over to Goodwin. Goodwin, the 3's been misfiring all night. Keeps that trend continuing. But the rebound goes over to the Suns. Iguodala kicks it out to Gillespie, back to Iguodala, back to Gillespie, swings through to his left, down the lane, leaves it off Iguodala, foul line floater for Wemby, got it to go for Oso Iguodala. Floater after floater tonight over the shot blocking threat of Victor Wembanyama. Impressive finishing ability for Iguodala tonight. Wemby has it up top, being guarded by Iguodala. Picks up his handle, gets it over to Fox. Fox being chased by Goodwin. Fox crosses over, splits the defense, but gets fouled by Iguodala. And they're in the bonus, so that's 2 free throws for De'Aaron Fox. Suns, Jen, the fact that the Suns are in this position while missing 4 guys who can start is crazy. It is indeed. It is indeed. Shout out Rasheer Fleming, man. Shout out Rasheer Fleming. So Fox is at the foul line for the 2 free throws. Gets the first one to go. Got one more coming. It's a 1 possession game. Under 2 to go here. 1:55 exactly. And De'Aaron Fox knocks down both. Here comes Gillespie bringing it down. Gillespie gets it over to Iguodala. Iguodala hands it off to Booker. Booker's got some space in the mid-range. Leans in. Gets to his spot. Fall-away jumper. Can't get it to go. Good defense from Vassell. Harper gets it over to Fox. Fox off and running. Trying to push the pace. Leaves it off. Wemby, a 3. Trying to take the lead. Can't get it to go. Vassell comes flying in for the rebound. And a foul on Vassell. They're going to give it to the Suns. They're going to say an over-the-back foul on Vassell as he came crashing in. And the Spurs are going to use a challenge. Spurs are going to use a challenge here. Got to show me the replay. Space in Adic. What's up, Space? Overtime? We'll see. Could be overtime. Mindset John said, I need 2 wins from the Knicks for my birthday. It's on the 23rd. That would be a pleasant gift. I'm rooting for it. I'm rooting for it, John. I'm rooting for it. Captain Mass said, Spurs making a game of it. I mean, they've been in it. They haven't been, I think, largest lead of the game for the Suns tonight has been 12, which, isn't too big of a lead. The only issue is that they've led majority of the game. As a matter of fact, we can check that right now. They have led for 68% of the game. So majority of the game they've led. About 70% of the way they have led here tonight. Suns Jen said, well, Booker's shooting was off tonight, so Coach Alt found another role for him. I did not love Devin Booker's game tonight. 8 for 20 from the field, but I think he settled a lot. I think he definitely had some space to operate and continue to dribble his way into a tougher mid-range shot. I know he can knock those down. I know those are his go-tos, but I thought he had some floater opportunities he could have went to. Like, continuously settling for contested mid-range shots is not the greatest of game plans. I know he can knock those down, but I thought he had opportunities and spaces, especially playing off the handoffs from Iguodala, especially in this fourth quarter, I'm noticing. He's had some opportunities going down the lane to shoot a floater, and instead would keep the dribble alive and then maneuver his way into a mid-range jumper where Vassell can recover and at least give a good contest. And again, I know he can knock those down, but don't love that offense. John Doe, what's up, John Doe? Booker missing on purpose? Yeah, I'm sure that's what Devin Booker is doing. I'm sure he's missing on purpose, brother. Gillespie bringing it down against Fox. Gillespie has it up top. Being guarded by Fox. They get over to Booker. Booker being guarded by Vassell. Booker sees a double team. Gets it over to Goodwin. They will live with Goodwin threes. He shoots it over Wemby. And he makes them pay by knocking down his first jump shot of the night. 5-point game, 1:12 to go. 100 to 95. Sometimes we can go off first to 100, and that's the Suns right now. Fox splits the defense down the lane, kicks it out. Vassell trying to answer. He can't get his 3 to go. Battle for the rebound. Wemby has it. And a foul on the pass attempt. It doesn't matter because 2 free throws anyway. They're in the bonus. Wemby can get it back to a 1-possession game. Can get it to 97. He's at the foul line for 2. Ozahar, good game. Great game. Wemby with 30 points. He's 10 for 10 from the foul line so far tonight. Wemby Gets the first one to go. He's been perfect. But I did just put the commentator's curse on him by calling out his free throw number so far tonight. Victor Wembanyama rattles in the second free throw, knocking both of them down, and it's a 3-point game with 1 minute to go. Gillespie bringing it down. Gillespie has it up top, being guarded by Fox. Fox applying really good pressure. Gillespie has it in the lane now, pulling it back out. Way too much dribbling. They show a double team. Gillespie under the rim, kicks it out. Goodwin hesitates, gets it back to Gillespie. Fox closes the airspace. Shot clock winding down. They get over to Booker. Booker's got to get going. Booker, step back, travels with it. They don't call it. He heaves it up. Can't get it to go. Long rebound goes out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Spurs anyway. Booker taking about 14 steps on that step back. He did the double step back, lost his balance, took another step back, and then kind of jumped and hopped in place again to set his feet and fire from three. They didn't call it a travel. He missed it anyway, and it goes out of bounds. It's going back to the Spurs. So in the grand scheme of things, not too big of an issue, but 32 seconds to go. 3-point game, 1 possession game. Here we go. Fox being guarded by Goodwin. Fox dancing with it, coming to his left, down the lane, scoop play with left hand, got it to go. He went quickly for the 2. And a timeout for the Suns. He went quickly for the 2. Jay Crumley said, praying this goes overtime. Overtime would be fun. Overtime would be fun. Smart to go for 2. You don't have to hunt the 3. You got more than enough time with 26 seconds to go. Going quickly also means you don't have to foul right away. You could just play defense. No threes, obviously. No and one situations. If you're going to foul, make sure they don't score. You don't have to foul right away. You can just play straight up defense. We've been going through these standings all night, but we haven't even checked out the Western Conference standings. We've been talking about the Cade Cunningham situation with the Detroit Pistons all season and seeing if they can fall, right, or to end the season here. If San Antonio loses, they're really they're locked in up the 2 seed pretty much. But if Phoenix is able to pull this victory off, it's pretty far fetched. They can jump into that top 6 at this point. Not too far fetched with the way Denver and Houston have been playing lately, but 40 and 30 and still being the 7th seed is pretty crazy. Chocolate Starfish. What's up, Chocolate Starfish? Here we go. We come out with Iguodala, Booker, Goodwin, Gillespie, and Ryan Dunn, while the Spurs come out with Champagnie, Wemby, Fox, Vassell, and Harper. Gillespie throws it in the backcourt to Jalen Green. They can go into the backcourt because there was a timeout. Green bringing it down. They're trying to show pressure. They get over to Gillespie. Gillespie up top, being guarded by Fox. They show a double team. Gillespie handling it. Gets it over to Booker. Booker. They show a double team again. Booker coming to his right, calling for help. Gets it over to Green. And a timeout for the Suns. And Booker, that's not a great situation to be in. Having to call your teammates over for some help. There is a 2-second difference. 2.7 second, exactly. 2.7 second difference between game clock and shot clock. Let's call it 2. 2-second difference between game clock and shot clock. So there's 9 on the shot clock remaining for the Suns here. They're going to have to inbound it again. It's their final timeout. It's a good timeout from Jordan Ott. Good timeout. Chocolate Starfish said, also need overtime because I need Booker for 6 more points. Booker is what, 22? Just Dad said, who's got Brooks minutes? Dylan Brooks, who's playing for Dylan Brooks? Rasheer Fleming. Ryan Dunn gets an uptick in minutes. Jordan Goodwin gets an uptick in minutes. It's mostly Jordan Goodwin, who's now up to 35 minutes. But Rasheer Fleming in the rotation now, he's got 21. Ryan Dunn's got 19. So everyone just gets a little bit of an uptick in minutes. Even Amir Coffey got some minutes tonight with 6. Seko? What's up, AC? My Spurs? Overtime? Let's see. Here we go. Suns got to inbound it again. They cannot go in the backcourt this time. Gillespie looking. Gets it into Fleming. Wemby picks up the foul. Wemby was daring them to throw it into Fleming. He didn't want to throw it into Fleming. So now Fleming at the foul line for 2 huge free throws. JoJo said they have the foul now. Well, they want to foul the right guy, right? So what they did was they guarded everybody, but Wemby gave Fleming an open area to go to. On the season, he's 57% from the foul line. Here we go. Appreciate you, Corey. Appreciate you. Got to update the scoreboard. Fleming missed the first free throw. Suns don't have a timeout. Spurs do. $199. 11 seconds to go. Only 0.6 seconds ticked off the clock before Wemby fouled Fleming. Rasheer Fleming. Missed them both. Cornette the rebound in the timeout. All right. Spurs trying to steal it here tonight, folks. Trying to steal it. So we get a quick 30-second timeout. All right, real quick in our 30 seconds. 5-point game. Looks like the Lakers are going to pull it off, but, about a minute to go. 5-point lead for the Lakers. High-scoring affair. The Cavs and Bulls. Looks like the Cavs are going to be able to pull it off. 30 seconds to go, up by 5. Pelicans pulling away from the Clippers here. Oh, the Pelicans are going to win back-to-back games against the Clippers. Wow. Suns, Spurs. Obviously, the game we're covering here tonight. Jazz putting a whooping on the Bucks. They're at a halftime now. 76ers, Kings. And then, obviously, we know the games we already covered. Hoovian said, great game for both teams. Great game. Great game. Yak said, Doncic, 52 points so far. For the Lakers, 38 free throws. How do you beat them at full strength? And the refs? It's a good question, Yak. It's a good question. It's a good thing they're over on the other side of the conference to our Knicks. It's a great thing. Captain Mastiff, yes. Spurs ball. 1-point game. 10 seconds to go. Judge that said Mason Plumlee doesn't play for the Spurs at all. Maybe a playoff series. He will not be playing in the playoffs either, brother. Mason Plumlee is past the point of being a rotation player in the NBA. He said the Suns already beat the Spurs twice this season. Whoa. Whoa. So the Suns and the Knicks got something in common. You know what I'm saying? We over here just putting a whooping on the San Antonio Spurs. Captain Mass said, do or die. We called it back in the day. I think they still call it that, Captain Mass. I think they still call it do or die situations. All right, here we go. Spurs got to inbound it. Fox will be the inbounder. This is who both teams come out with right here. These are the rotation. These are the lineups out there. Fox gets it into Wemby. Wemby has it up top. Got enough time. So he's going to face up, being guarded by Iguodala. You know he wants it. You know he's going to take it. He's the star guy. He's the MVP candidate. Jab step, swings through to his right. Mid-range jumper. Got it to go for Victor Wembanyama. And he gives them the 1-point lead. No timeout for the Suns. They got to inbound it. They get it in the Booker. He dribbles it. He heaves it up there. Doesn't get it. Booker goes down. Is he hurt? What happened to Booker? But Wemby wins it. Wemby wins it. 101 to 100. There it is. There it is. He ticked down the clock as much as he could. And that ends it. What happened to Booker? He took a hard fall. Victor Wembanyama ends his night with 34 points and the game-winning mid-range jumper. And they bring out the drum. Wemby is gonna pound the drum here tonight. There it goes. There it goes. Wemby with 34 and 12 tonight. Gillespie with 24. Booker, not a good enough outing. The jump shot, the mid-range fall away was not there for Booker all around here tonight. And that's going to wrap up our coverage of the NBA here tonight. We even got to go through the college slate, the college tournament a little bit as well. Kay said Booker looks fine. He took a weird fall. It looked like maybe he rolled his ankle in that final shot attempt. Who knows? Maybe he was trying to draw a foul but Booker was doing that all night, and I think it cost him. Leaning in too much. Worried about the contact, trying to play Luka ball. Just play Devin Booker ball. Now, does he knock down the half-court shot anyway? Probably not, right? He's got to heave it up from half-court, but... Simple, what's up, Simple? That was a great game. It was a great game. It was a great game. We picked the game of the night, folks. I think we picked the game of the night. We picked well. We picked well. It was this one, and the other thought was going to be covering Charlotte versus Orlando. And thank goodness we didn't do that. Suns, it was a great game. It was a great game. Phoenix is going to remain in that 7th seed. It's not like they have really an opportunity to jump into the top 6, and it looks like they kind of locked into 7. So win or lose, I think you're pretty good. I think you're fine, right? You had a great outing. Again, it's about getting healthy. 4 really good rotation players were out for the Phoenix Suns here tonight, and they took the San Antonio Spurs down the wire there. No Steph Castle tonight for the Spurs, though, if anybody noticed. But Victor Wembanyama, a signature moment, a jumper at the end with 1 second remaining. Ticked down the time just enough, got to his spot, rose up, and knocked it down. There you go. There you go. Just that said, Wemby got it an unblockable fade. Yeah, pretty much. Postman stream, what's up, Postman? I'm done with this team. Why? It was a good game, brother. It was a good game. Done with the Suns, I assume? The Suns? Why? Why done with the Suns? Thought they played valiantly. Down 4 rotation players, brother. You got no Mark Williams to match up with Wemby. You're playing, Amir Coffey and Rasheer Fleming and Malawak off the bench. Guys who are not a part of your rotation. Come on, man. Expectations, man. Expectations. Just that said, is that his first game-winning shot? I don't know. It's the only one I can remember. Henry Robinson, good show. Appreciate you, Henry. Appreciate you. But with that being said, we're going to wrap it up right there. So thank you guys for hanging out with me here tonight. And the Spurs edged out a 1-point victory over the Phoenix Suns, who led majority of the night. But Victor, you give Victor Wembanyama one shot at the end like that, and you're playing with fire, and you got burned. Victor walks it off. Mindset John said, reminds me of how the Knicks win the other night. See you for the next game. Good night. Yeah, so tomorrow we will be back for the Knicks taking on the Brooklyn Nets. It should be an easy night for the New York Knicks. We should have some fun, hopefully. But we will be back. It is a 7:30 start time, so as usual, we will be live at 7 o'clock for our usual pregame rundown that we have done all season long. But with that being said, shout out to all of the channel members, whether you were gifted a membership or you decided to become a member all on your own. I appreciate your generosity regardless. Shout out Sons Jen and Niles Dimitri for the generosity today. Sons Jen gifting a membership. Niles Dimitri throwing in a super chat. So I appreciate you guys for your support and your generosity. But we are going to wrap it up there. Mindset John, Justice's dad, Flowsy, appreciate you, Flowsy. Foong Pei, Henry Robinson, and everybody. Nick's Yak, Sons Jen, Simple. Appreciate you guys, Captain Mast, and we will do it all over again. Planet the Gamer, appreciate you, Planet. WemVP is a great nickname this season for him. But remember, guys, brush your teeth before bed. Stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.